All right. Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Today, we have a very special returning guest. Mr. TJ Rogers is back with us. How are you, dude?
Doing good, man. Yourself?
Bro, I'm ecstatic that you're back with us.
Yes, bro.
Thank you so much for coming by. It's been a while. Well, 11 months, I think.
Yep.
That was the last
Last
9 Club.
October I came in.
Yeah. How's your life changed from last October till now?
It's changed drastically, but ultimately I'm just really thankful to still be alive and just doing my thing. I'm happy, excited to be here with you guys, stop and chat and just hang out,
Dude.
So.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'm ecstatic you're here. And dude, like so far this year, 2 parts already, right?
3.
3.
There you go.
My
Unstoppable.
bad.
you
Yeah,
go.
Unstoppable just came out a week ago.
Yeah. So I did the Unstoppable VX with S, and I obviously did the TJIF with S in May.
Yes.
And then there was another part that was like, it was kind of like a montage, but it was still like a full part that I did with Blind. It was called 72 Hours with Chris.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's been a couple little other things as well in the mix, like montage stuff, but I like to think like that 72 hours was a mini part in a sense.
Yeah, I mean the one that stood out to me, I mean the Unstoppable, amazing, but the TGIF was
Dude, that was next
Fuck.
level, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean I put in a lot of work for that one. I just was kind of going super sane, just trying to make it happen,
Mm-hmm.
You made it happen. Yeah. No, that's
I do.
Thank you.
for real. You did that on your own will to just go film a video part. No company was like, yo, you need to get some footage or whatever. You just went out and handled it.
Yep.
And I remember him just showing me the footage. I was like, what the fuck? You just had this insane amount of footage just sitting there.
Yeah. No, I mean, so for TJIF, I just genuinely, like Kelly said, I just was kind of just filming. Obviously, with COVID still happening, traveling a little bit here and there, I just was like, you know what? I want to film a part that I'm like really proud of. I feel like I'm in like my peak of my career to where like I really just want to put it down, and I just kept going.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
and you kept it going.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm just stoked, honestly. It was good times.
Dude, while we're on this subject too, real quick, because the switchback lip with the headphones and they fall off.
Yep.
What was it like? What were you doing right there? Because like what you're wearing headphones like you're wearing right now, pretty much. I mean,
No, they pretty much are.
But why not earbuds? Why not? What's with the big headphones?
So I typically rock those like when I work out or I'm skating, like at a skate park for fun. Like I don't really like the earbuds too much because I've had really bad ears growing up, to where like it just messes with my ears.
Okay.
So, that's in Toronto where I grew up. Infamous spot. Chad Fernandez back in the day, Nose Blunt. A lot of other stuff went down as well. But I was in Toronto filming a series for Red Bull for like a month, and then right after that series ended, I had like another week in Toronto before I left, and I was practicing switchback lips a lot on the tour, to where I was like, yo, we're gonna go there and we're gonna do that. And then
Had you been there before?
I skated this set a bunch like when I was a kid. Like I nollie heeled this set 10 years ago. I did a couple different things on it.
How many stairs is that?
13.
13. It looks long.
Yeah,
It is really long, yeah. And like, I don't know, I'm not the biggest rail skater, so I was just really stoked to do that and
catch your headphones afterwards. Too.
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
drop your headphones.
I did
It's
not.
a memorable clip now because of that.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. But also the fact that you're wearing like those you don't see that too often in a video part. It's like, and my take was it like you said, you're not like the biggest rail skater,
No.
and like to switchback lip that thing, I feel like I was like, dude, he must have had to get so fucking hyped and like listen to some like shit that he was like into.
Yeah, what are you listening to right there?
So I was listening to G Herbo Crossroads.
Amazing.
Big tune.
Was it on loop?
No, I was switching it off and on,
Okay.
but like I did that 4th try.
That's what
Fourth try.
Yeah, so like
Get 'em.
I kind of was like, yo, this is do or die.
Yeah.
And I kind of had like a slight broken rib too, I'm not gonna lie.
Jeez.
I was like in Canada on that tour with my homie Mitch Barrett, and right when he seen me when we were in Banff, he just like bear hugged me and like popped my solar plex shoulder out, or my rib, sorry. And it was like hard to skate for a while, and then
popped your rib from a hug.
yeah, it was like me
Jeez.
and like when he hugged me, like we both like he looked at me, he's like, and I was like, was that you or was that me? And he's just like, I'm just like, oh fuck. I'm like, I know I'm gonna feel this tomorrow.
broke you.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
you know?
bro.
So yeah, and then I had to be. I don't care to do that trick. I had to have a couple shots of tequila just to just to loosen up the nerves a bit. And I was like,
Liquid
all right,
courage?
like yeah,
Wow.
exactly. Did a couple one-hand push-ups. I was like, let's go.
Nice.
And then yeah,
See, I knew there was some
caught it.
hypeness to it.
Yeah,
I knew there was
no.
like had to be some like shit going on.
Like I said, I don't skate rails, and
Right.
to do that, I was like fucking juiced. You know.
So those
And,
first 3 attempts didn't throw you off at all. You were like,
No, I got into it every try,
Dope.
but like it wasn't there, and then I slowed it down for that try specifically, and then I was able to ride away.
oh, so
'cause
you're
you were
going too
trying-
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
let's
first
say.
couple, yeah, I was just like kissing the rail the first 2, and
Wanna make
then
sure
I
you clear
slowed
that.
it. Yeah, I slowed it down. I was like, okay, it's just a switchback 180, but I just got to go back to rags.
Got to
you know?
land on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I remember when seeing this footage and seeing the whole timeline of how much footage you had. I was like, this. Me and Kevin, we were talking to Kevin about all the editing stuff, and I was like, this is the perfect segment for the like when the song transitioned to the other song.
Yeah.
Because your headphones fall off and the song goes off, and you put it back on and it starts again. I'm like, and weirdly enough, it all worked out.
Yeah,
you know.
no, I was stoked, and at first I was like, "That's probably gonna be one of the enders." But then, talking with Kelly and how much footage that I did have for it, I didn't want to separate and just do 2 parts. I was like, "Let's just make this one overall really good edit."
Yeah.
And I know Kev Perez knows what he's doing on the editing board, so
Dude.
I was so hyped that we were able to work that out with him because that's literally my favorite part.
Dude,
That's
it
dope,
was
bro.
You killed it, dude.
you killed it, bro.
Yeah.
That was one of the parts of the year where I was like, dude,
sure.
this dude just went in.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
did
in
my
that short
thing.
amount of time with you like dropping part after part, I mean, and then to have that just be your last, it's just like, bruh.
And that
Yeah.
dropped like S had put it out right when before you had kind of found out about all this the cancer
Yeah,
stuff,
dude,
right?
less than a year ago.
Well, so that dropped May 13th on a Friday. I'll never forget. Friday
Yeah.
the 13th.
Okay.
And I was going through, I think I had just finished my 3rd round of chemo. So that was like, I was in the thick of it. That was like the worst round yet, too. So it was really nice to like have that drop and see all the support from the part, and it really uplifted my spirits. And
That's
I was just
dope.
like really fucking stoked that it came out the way that it did. And then, you know, a couple more weeks later, finished my last round and then started off moving forward again. You know, I was still skating through all of the process of like my health issues with cancer, but that was like definitely a pinnacle time where I was like definitely down and out, you know?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could get to you. Explain what kind of cancer was it?
So I had testicular cancer.
Okay. And I have a question because like I don't think I mean, I'm not really too sure of it, and maybe other people out there don't really know. How do you know that you had cancer?
So I found out from my dog, to be completely
Your
transparent.
dog?
Yeah, my dog, like I just got her, it was like 3 months of having her. Literally, like I found out pretty much a week after New Year's.
Okay.
And yeah, so she stepped on my nuts. She was like running and jumping over me and stepped on my nuts. And I was like, yo, that really hurt. And my girlfriend at the time was down from Canada chilling with me. And, you know, we did our thing in the bedroom. And my
Watch
shit.
TV.
Yeah, sure.
Netflix and chill.
And,
Netflix and chill.
yeah. Yeah, pretty fucking much. And no, I'm celibate. I haven't had sex.
Oh,
What do you mean?
That's what I assumed. Yeah.
So no, but it flared up and it felt like someone was grabbing it with a vice grip, and I was like, yo, this has never happened, you know? And I was like, okay, like the trauma from the dog and then that, I was like, there's something going on, you know? And then ultimately, like, she's like, you need to go get that checked, like ASAP. So I went the next like couple days after because I wanted to see, like, you know, I was feeling around down there and there was a slight bump on it, and I was like, okay, what the fuck was that? Just like from like me getting hit years ago, getting sacked on a rail, or was it just from the dog, from the trauma of just like getting hit? But ultimately went to go get a walk in. They're like, hey, you need to go get an ultrasound. Went and got an ultrasound, and then they're like, yeah, you're gonna get your results in like 2 to 3 days. And I was like, okay, cool. Literally 2 hours later, they called me like, you need to go to the specialist immediately.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, fuck, awesome. You know, like, what is this, you know? So then a couple days went by, finally got an appointment. I could, like, no one would take me at first. They're like, oh, yeah, like, you got to be on a waiting list for, like, a month. And I was like, the ultrasound people said it was urgent. Like, I need to get this looked at immediately, please. So I went in around, like, February 3rd to go to my specialist appointment. So
Okay.
this was almost a month after finding out
Damn.
all this shit was going down, because of how the doctors work sometimes.
Yeah, but still, that's not even good for your mental state. Like,
Yeah.
there's still ultrasound people, I need to get in here, but now they're saying, oh, well, hold, there's a waiting list.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
come on.
It is what it is. So I ended up finally going to the specialist, and they were like, okay, we're looking at this screens. This could either be benign, which is like non-cancerous, but you still need to take it out, or you have cancer. So they were like, okay, we're going to schedule for March 3rd to have surgery and just take it out, and we could replace it with like a fake one, and you still have the same whatever,
Yeah.
or, you can just keep the one nut. You're fine.
Okay.
So I ended up actually was like, okay, cool. Sounds good. March 3rd there. That was on a Thursday when all this went down. That following Monday, which was like the 7th, I'll never forget. They're like, okay, yeah, hey, we actually got an opening. Can you come in February 10th? And I was like, yeah, okay, sounds good. So went in 3 days later, had surgery, found out it was cancer. And then, yeah, I ended up after surgery, I started to slowly work on my scars and everything. And then they were like, okay, you have to come in for 3 weeks after post-surgery, see your blood levels, see if everything's gone, get scans. Did that. And then they're like, hey, your AFP markers, which is your alpha fertile protein markers for tumors, it's still elevated, and it shouldn't be as elevated as it is. So we're going to wait 2 more weeks and give it a 5-week break. And then if it's still elevated higher than it should be, you're going to have to do chemotherapy. And obviously, as you know, waited 2 more weeks. It was still elevated, and it didn't really go down, but it still went up like a 0.5. So it was really but they're like, you need to do chemo.
Oh, wow.
So then, yeah, ended up doing chemo, started March 28th. And then how chemo works is every cancer is different, to where you have different procedures and different schedules. But mine was an erratic one, to where we had to nip it in the bud as soon as possible. So I had to do 4 rounds, and each round consisted of 5 days on, which was 4 to 6 hour chemo bag every day. And then you get 16 days off.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, started March 28th, and then I ended on my last day of chemo was June 3rd. And then, yeah.
So you're going in for tests every once in a while to see where your levels are at, right?
Yeah, well, essentially, they do blood work the first day of chemo to see where you're at, and then after your 2 weeks break as well, then they do more blood work. So you got to go in a little early, and then after my first round, all of my AFP markers and everything was gone. It diminished to where it was perfect.
Wow.
But you still have to do the 4 rounds, because if you don't, it could come back. So they had to literally just kick my fucking ass,
Wow.
So yeah, I was like, all right, I'm in the belly of the beast. I already did 1 round. It's how bad could it get, So did my first round. Second round was gnarly, but it wasn't too bad. And then the third one, that's when it really kicked the shit out of me. And then the 4th round, I was just so relieved that this was the last 5 days that I was just so hyped.
I could imagine.
I was like a kid in a candy store. I'm going in there just yelling at the top of my lungs. I'm like, ow! Fuck yeah! 3 more days! 85%, baby! Just so hyped.
I'm
and
sure.
then, yeah, it was done with. And then, yeah.
Wow.
And how there's 2 other ways of doing chemo as well. You can get this thing that's a butterfly injection in your arm, and then you just have this thing dangling for the 3 months or however you're doing your chemo, or you get a port installed into your chest.
Okay.
So I had this scar here, where they implanted a port, and then that port had a wire that went through my esophagus and my neck, and it went to my heart. So then that was how I had to do chemo every day.
How do you activate that?
It's just literally
It's automatic?
No, it's just literally this small injection, or not, well, it's literally a silver dollar, what it is, with the wire connected, and then it just helps save your tissue from getting stabbed by the needle every day.
Sure.
So it heals faster.
So is it constantly giving
every
you
day? I'm getting pricked and getting then I get the bag taped down, and then I just sit in this big comfy chair.
Port.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's literally a port. So it's don't know how I want to call
Like
it.
a USB port.
Yeah, perfect. Sure.
Well, they put it in
It's
your
a
body
headphone
though, right?
jack.
They put it inside of
like,
your.
it was inside of my chest, so when it was like sticking out. So like every time I looked down, I'd be like, "This is fucking nuts," and I could feel the wire through my neck.
It's like you're a cyborg.
Really?
Yeah, no, I felt insane. Like it was crazy. Like, and you still see the scar here where like it went under my collarbone, and like that's how they had to push it through, and then it went through my like they directed it.
How
did
did
their thing.
yeah, modern medicine?
Yes,
How did they figure that?
technology.
And why are they putting a
Fuck.
port to your heart? Is that where it's being administered?
Well, yeah, they
Spreads to the blood.
exactly.
Okay.
It's straight to the bloodstream to where it's actually more effective going through a port rather than just going through your arm. So, yeah, they like said you have two choices. You can do this or that, and I was like, just give me the most effective. I don't want to deal with
Right.
this shit ever again.
Yeah.
And like
wow.
going back to it, like even after my first round, how everything was perfectly normal. If I didn't do all 4 rounds, I could have actually got cancer again. So that's why they're like, you need to stick with this and do all 4. you know?
Right. Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Were you skating during this whole process?
Oh fuck yeah.
yeah.
That was,
I love that.
That was the only thing that kept me mentally sane and physically like
Yeah.
good. You
Yeah.
know, like obviously going through that type of treatment and process, you typically lose a lot of weight, you know, when you're going through all of these things. And the doctor specifically, like I don't smoke weed, and the doctor specifically told me smoke weed, eat edibles, just build an appetite because you're already so thin and in shape that like you don't want it like the chemo to like disintegrate your bones and like be malnourished.
Interesting.
So I smoked weed throughout my chemo process, and I actually gained 25 pounds.
25 pounds?
Yeah.
You were pretty big. I was like, damn.
I was chunky. I was
yeah.
chunky.
And that's just from snacking.
It was healthy.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I was eating somewhat good, but like every day, right as I was going to chemo, I made a big smoothie, and then I'd eat a bunch of other food when I'm at chemo, and then when I get home, I make some other food, or I go grab like tender greens or a bunch of other spots, you know, just to like try and give me some type of vegetables. But he's also telling me, he's like, you have no like you don't have any restrictions on your diet.
Okay.
Go to McDonald's and Wendy's in the same day. It doesn't fucking matter. Just eat. Eat like
they want to keep your weight on.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, just do whatever you're craving and just have fun. You want to McFlurry 3 times a day? Please do so.
If the machine's working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It had been a little while since you indulged smoking too, right?
yeah,
In that
definitely. Yeah. I like I said, I haven't smoked weed in a couple years now to where it was definitely like a trip. But ultimately, when I was smoking weed and going through that, I was like, I don't know what's like. Is it the weed that's fucking tripping me out, or is this the chemo? Like,
Right.
because again, like I haven't smoked, so
Nah,
I
it was
don't.
probably the weed for sure.
Yeah.
Just getting that like tolerance back, so to say.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like I'm high as shit
Yeah.
right now.
I know you start thinking crazy shit, especially when you take a big break, bro. Like,
I'm sure it was
Yeah.
both going through
Yeah.
chemo and the weed. You
Well,
know what I
that as
mean?
well, I can
yeah.
see.
A little bit of both, 100%. But you know, it was just times to where like I still like when I had my 2-week break, because obviously when I was on chemo, I just sat at home and watched TV. But when I had my 2-week break, every time I finished the round, it, like I said before, it was just getting worse and worse and worse. So like the first couple days after my first round, I was like just constipated and like I couldn't shit, you know.
Wow.
And like when I did, it was like little pellets, like rabbit, you know, like it was crazy. And then I ended up like bouncing back from that, and then I felt really good. So then I went and skated, and then I would go to the skate park every day for at least an hour just to like skate at NOHO Park and just do flat ground, hit the bank, and just like try and just like mentally stimulate my body and physically to where like I still felt like I was accomplishing something and I was on the right track to being better.
But also not only that, is just getting the sunlight and just being out and
Yeah.
active.
Vitamin D was a
Yeah.
huge thing too. They're like, yeah, if you can be out in the sun, cool, but don't be out too much because you could also catch skin cancer.
Right,
You know,
right,
because
which is-
literally your white blood cells, like when you're on chemo, you're killing all your blood cells.
Got you.
So like they're like, you need to pick the times to go. So I would always go at sunset.
Okay.
And I just go for an hour. You know,
I'm curious what the doctors said about activities while you're going through this.
it's like do whatever
Okay.
you feel is, just don't overwork yourself, but just do whatever feels good.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, like I'll just go to the park for a little bit, sunset vibes, cruise.
Yeah.
If I'm not feeling it, I just leave, you know. But like like I said, I just was so horny to skate that I just fucking, I was like, I'm going through some shit. Like the only thing that helps me is skating. Like I need to just do what I got to do, you know? So.
Man. And then, so when you were, so you filmed that part, TJIF.
Yeah.
Then you went through all this stuff. When was the part where you started to film this last video?
With Unstoppable, I filmed a good majority, well, about half of it before all of this happened.
Okay.
But I also had another, like I had a full part before I started chemo for the Unstoppable, but I cut half the footage out. And then once I finished chemo, I wanted to like sprucing it up and do some new shit. So I like refilmed like a bunch of other stuff, and then I threw out a lot of it, put a bit of it on Instagram, but I'm just still like kind of sitting on like another minute of footage, maybe minute and a half of just other stuff that I probably won't use. But
is that footage from your blind part?
No.
Just all.
It's just I was filming with this guy Luke Lutz, who filmer Luke on Instagram. He's working for S now as well, and he, like, me and him just went out all last year and we like filmed a bunch of stuff. And then while I was actually going through chemo, Luke got hired at S. So then we started, like, right when this was done, I was like, okay, yo, Luke, like, let's go get a couple extra things to just add this to where it's like the finishing touches, because it was still a little loose, and we were still trying to figure out, like, if it was going to just be like a Thrasher VX part or for someone else. And then I like reached out to Don and Kelly and I was like, yo, I really like how we did the TJIF. Can we just do another one like that? And we could pick our own songs and actually just do something fucking rad, you know?
Totally.
As everyone knows, working with Thrasher is very challenging to find music rights, because they don't monetize their video, or they monetize their videos to where it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, for a big company like Thrasher, I think they have to. Right?
Yeah.
They got to get an ROI, right? A return on investment.
Exactly.
For a company like S or some of the other brands like that are actually starting to build their YouTube channel, maybe just a couple $100 doesn't mean a lot to them. You know what I'm saying? Or like whatever. I mean,
No, for sure.
money
It's-
helps, but
bigger brands, they have to monetize.
100%.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
And get the rights to it so they can.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Well, Barracks doesn't. Barracks actually uses, like, I guess they have an agreement with YouTube, though, to where they can still monetize certain videos, but not all of them, I think.
Oh, interesting.
I could be wrong on this completely.
You have a
but,
two-way street
but like,
type of deal?
I've done video parts with Barracks back in the day, a few years ago, and I could use any song I wanted.
they could not be monetized. I don't know. I don't know how they do their business over there. But what I've heard also is that YouTube's messing around with working with music companies so that you'll be able to monetize your videos now with
support.
Shared revenue.
probably
Yeah,
a
that
shared
makes sense.
revenue.
Yeah.
So that's promising.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So that's amazing. So you kind of you had two video parts kind of on either end, bookmarking these things,
Bookends?
bookends.
Well, like I said, I had a really good year last year moving forward, and then I was still like skating and filming, like all like when I was going through chemo, like I was still posting frequently like skate park edits of me skating while I was on chemo at like NOHO Park and just different spots, you know, because I don't know, I still wanted to like show everybody like, yo, it's just you're mental, like just don't like give up and feel like the world is crashing on you. Like embrace the good and the bad in the situations, and like it could always be worse, so just genuinely just try and make yourself happy and just skate if you can, if you're feeling up to it, or find another hobby or something to where you can do something that's like, you know, stimulating your mind and soul.
Exactly. And I feel like you're a very positive person. I feel like you have a great outlook on life. Has that changed since all this cancer stuff? Like when you came out the other end, was it even more amplified, or did you have more of a push?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been very grateful, so to speak. Now, obviously, I was very happy with what I've been up to and what I've been doing, but like anybody could die like tomorrow. You know what I mean? In any sort of aspect, to where like I just am very cherishing like the opportunities in life nowadays, that like I don't take anything for granted, and I don't think I did really in the past, but I think it's just more I don't even know how to say it. It's just
It's more amplified now.
That's
Like
exactly
Chris
what I
kind
was
of
gonna
mentioned.
say.
Yeah, it's
that's
like
what I was gonna say. Like I'm just very appreciative of like life now, to where like I'm just trying to like live my best life and, you know, live it up like Ja Rule. I don't know. There's so many things that I've gone through with foster care, group homes, moving out here, fucking just so many things. Cancer. I'm 30 years old, you know, so it's I've had a pretty fucking crazy life.
I know. We talked about it in your 9 Club episode. Was
Yeah.
like you just said, like the foster care. You know, moving with different families and stuff, and it's built you up to who you are today, which is beautiful.
And
know?
you at the event you had at the NOHO Park, you're like still putting on events. Like was it just your own event?
Yeah. So actually, the reason why I did that event was because I was going through all that crazy shit, and I was going to the skate park, and everyone was so like supportive and like just really, I got to really get to know them, and like I felt like I was a local, that I just genuinely was like, yo, you know what, like I had a homie named PJ Rooks who does Rooks Tacos. He does like catering services at like events and this and that, and he's like, hey, I want to do an event, and I was like, he really is the one that kind of sparked me on it. He's like, yo, we should do something like whatever, and like this was like the beginning of July, and I was like, just finished chemo like 4 weeks post, and I was like, you know what, like let's do it. So I hit up all my sponsors. I hit up my other homie Nash, sorry for fingerboarding. He has like a huge following in the tech deck world.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to throw like a really good event. So I hit up Red Bull. We got the Suga truck, and literally less than a month, we just put on some event. It had like almost 500 spectators. We had like over 100 people competing. Wow. And all my sponsors actually threw in so much product for the event. And we just had a fucking huge summer jam for like just the locals. And we had people coming out from like super far away as well, like SF, I think one of the kids told me. So it was a really good outreach, and it was a really good day for like the skate community. And I was just like really stoked to be able to give back, because I used to do events all the time back in Canada for like where I grew up in my hometown park, but I wasn't able to do it since COVID. So being able to like kind of conquer everything that I just went through and then still be able to like throw a fucking cool event, I felt really good about it. And I was like, I want to continue to do this, and I think that I'm going to start trying to do that every year in California at maybe not NOHO, but I would like to do it there just because of the community that I have and like the friendships that I have there. But I want to start trying to like outbranch and just do events for the communities like that need that, you know?
I think it's so sick what you just said was like you skated there, you felt like a local to that park, because like kids grew up skating that thing, you know, like still skating it from when they were like a little kid.
Yeah, and I just started skating there when I moved to Hollywood area like a couple years ago. So for them to kind of like welcome you with open arms, I was like, dude, these guys are fucking awesome, you know, like super stoked on everybody there. And I give a couple of the kids too that are like up and coming boards and whatever they need all the time, just because I want to make sure that they're able to like do their thing, you know, and like not everyone gets that opportunity, but if I could help out in any way, like I'm more than down to do that.
Right.
You know?
They're gonna remember that, bro. That's, you know, giving back to the community like that, and specific kids specifically, definitely is very impactful. It goes a long way, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Thank you for doing that, especially for the Valley kids, bro.
Hell yeah.
Valley can stand up.
And Kevin Romar was DJing there too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was it. That was it as well. It was, I contacted 3 people for it. It was PJ from Rooks Tacos. It was Kevin Romar to DJ, and then it was Nash for the fingerboard thing. And like us 3, like we kind of like created and just made shit happen for the event. And obviously Red Bull came out and they brought the big Suga truck to like play music, so where Kev could DJ. And it was just like a really, I don't know, it was such a good time, honestly. I was hyped.
What date? What month was that?
It was July 31st.
July 31st.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you plan on doing it like annually on that day?
I don't know if it'll be that day specifically, but it's a summer jam, so it's got to be in the summer at some point. But I'll be honest, it was so fucking hot that day.
Especially in the valley.
Yeah,
it was
You
hot.
need to have a sunset jam.
Yeah, almost, you know. But like we started at like 3 to 7. So, and we just did we did 3 obstacles, to where we did one on like the hubba and the stairs, and then we moved over to the double set with the handrail, and then OC ramps kicked in, and they gave one of my signature benches.
All right.
And whoever did the best trick on the bench won the bench.
Dope.
Sick.
And I mean, I tried. It was just so shortly like prepared. Usually, like when I did my stuff back in Canada, it was like 6 months process, because I obviously had to ship everything to Canada myself, and I was coming out of pocket a lot of money. Where this one, I only came out like maybe $2,000, but I still wanted to make sure that like everyone had a really good time, you know.
Awesome.
And yeah, so I just made sure that everything was dialed in, and hopefully next year for this event I can have cash so I can give out to the kids as well, because all I had was like product, you know.
I mean, I'm sure they were hyped on the product,
of course,
for sure.
Of course they were, and I mean, like,
but who doesn't love money?
Exactly, especially the kids that are killing it too. Like, I just felt so bad, like, but I just went through all of this treatments. I had so many bills to pay.
Yeah.
I just couldn't like afford to like give people some extra money when I just already had certain things that I had to pay for.
Well, dude, sometimes the product is way more valuable than the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you're a kid trying to just come up and want to skate more.
Yeah.
Getting that right product that you are psyched on is a big deal.
No doubt.
And that's what I did too. Like, every time someone landed something, like, they got something.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, what do you need? You already did 5 tricks. Like, oh, we could use a pair of wheels now. So like, they get wheels, they get a board, they get trucks. Like, they get the whole thing at the end of the day and whatever they wanted. And obviously there was certain stipulations. Like, we did this other thing too, where it was like a little ring toss, but it was like in an S shoebox with a fingerboard. So
Okay.
like, kids would go and then they'd throw it in. If they got 3 in a row, they get a big prize. Or if they only got 1, they get a bunch of stickers and hardware, you know? So I was just trying to like really implement as much as I could to where I was giving back to everybody. And even if they didn't want to skate, someone could still walk away with something.
You wanted everybody to leave there with something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
You know, so.
And I love that. I don't know. I think a lot of people, skaters or just regular people, would want to just take their money out of their own pocket to like give to, you know, some stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
Well, creating it on your own in that like type of environment in what you're going through, obviously I think that's another layer, but again, it was a great distraction in the sense of knowing what you're doing is a good thing. You
Yeah.
know?
And giving back.
Yeah.
Giving back
Totally.
is always a great thing.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
I like, that's my forte. I just genuinely love giving back to the community and like anybody that needs help, you know, like, done so many things back in the day, like giving 50 board completes to foster care, like, you know, all these different things, because again, I know what it's like to be in their position. That I just genuinely like, it's not that I feel like I have to do it, but I want to do it.
Right.
You
for
know?
sure.
For sure.
For the next one, TJ, hit us up. We'll get involved.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
appreciate
literally just thinking that.
Yeah,
I'm like, that would be
Appreciate it.
cool
Yeah,
for
come
my
out
them
and
to be
ask
involved too.
questions and like do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, whatever we can do.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Are you still planning on doing stuff back in your hometown, Whippy?
So
It's harder out there, you said, because it's the product stuff and getting everybody
like,
going over there.
restrictions, and to be honest, that park is just so outdated that
Oh.
it's really hard. Like, I was working with the town for years to try and build a new one in the town, and like, I got funding from a lot of my sponsors, and like, I did it for a friend that passed away, and like, his uncle owns the electricity company out there. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like super down to put in lights that were like $50,000 for free. But like, they wanted it to be public tendered to where like people would auction off to who would do the build. And I wanted Brian Savard from Radius, who used to work for California Skate Parks, to do it.
Okay.
And I was like, he's going to do it for this quote. We raised over 50% of it right now. All you have to do is just put in a little more, and you guys can have one of the best skate parks in the city. They just didn't sign off on it. So I just kind of was like, all right, I give up. I'm not going to, you know, I'm trying to put on for my city and like help out the community. But like, if you don't, like, you're not going to get that type of deal anywhere else, you know? So go spend triple the amount in a couple years. But
And it's such a shame too, because it's not like you're just some guy coming in there trying to do this for publicity or whatever the cause may be. It's like, this is your hometown.
Yeah.
With this park that's disintegrating. Like, you want to give your hometown another, and the city's like, no.
yeah, no,
And
exactly.
it's all based on money. I'm assuming
Money and
because,
politics.
because contractors and you know, like you're like, no, they can't do what these guys can do.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? This will be
yeah.
your first time making a fucking skate park. Excuse me, of this caliber.
Yeah.
Come on, like,
Yeah,
really,
no,
like,
exactly. And like, again, every year when I did my event back in my hometown, there's so many cracks in the park and it's dangerous. So I'd have to go there and I'd have to bondo all the cracks because of like the harsh winters. All the ramps would like literally fluctuate at like every crack point. So like, I'm literally there 2-3 days prepping it,
Oh my
trying to
God.
get everyone, like all the spray painters to come out and like do a bunch of graffiti on all the ramps so it's a little smoother. Like, it was just such a not a hassle, because I love doing it for the reasoning behind it, but it was a lot of work. And
Right.
again, that contest, it would be at least $5,000 plus that I'd be spending out of my own pocket. So it's like, it was just a lot of money, and it just
Sure.
like a lot of time and energy, and you know.
I mean, and when you don't have
It was-
support from the city, that it
Yeah,
becomes,
I had to pay for insurance. I had to do all of this stuff to like work with them.
Yeah.
Where it's like, they ended up capitalizing on my event where they ended up bringing like the food truck frenzy, where it was like a rib fest, and they'd have like 40 trucks there selling food to all of the skaters. When before I just did it raw dog, and I'd literally get all of the local community restaurants to come and donate food. So they'd have a bunch of Italian sandwiches, macaroni salad. Like I had all these things implemented where everyone, it was free. God. But now the town's capitalizing on my event with all the money from the food and all the drinks from everybody. It just didn't feel like it was my event anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. I could see how that could leave a bad taste in your mouth and just kind of like,
It wasn't even a bad taste. I just was like, I'm good.
It's just funny how some cities they undervalue skateboarding. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, why would we invest in the skate park? And I'm like, well, you guys obviously don't know what's going on in skateboarding, how huge it is, and how good of it builds a community.
And well, not only that, now that the Olympics are involved, it's like I feel like a lot of other people are really taking initiative and note where they want to like try and do more things with skateboarding, but it's some cities just aren't there yet, and they don't have the right resources or connections where they kind of dropped the ball with me because I was ready to like help them out in all forces to do it, but it just wasn't there.
Yeah, especially because you're tapped in already. Like, you know the right people. Again, like, it's just
mind-boggling.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come around. You know what I mean?
One day, hopefully.
Yeah.
Whippy, if you're watching right now, let's get it together. You know, come on, Whippy.
Jeff
Be
Clayton.
more like South King.
Good
So,
stuff,
what else is going on, man? Everything else good in the old life of TJ?
Yeah, I mean, I've no complaints. You know, just living my life a quarter mile at a time, as Vin Diesel says.
Yeah.
And, just doing my thing, having fun, skating. Been traveling a little bit nowadays.
Good.
Was just in New York for a Red Bull event last weekend. The Red Bull Mania.
Yeah.
They just brought that back.
How was that?
It was actually really good.
Did you enter?
No, it's just only AMs and like it was like open to like the Flow AM kids. You know.
Oh shit! Okay.
But me and Felipe Gustavo and Joey Brzezinski were flown out there just to like hang out for the weekend, make appearances, and judge the finals.
Okay.
So we did that last weekend. In a couple days, I got to go to SF, and I'm going to be filming for my colorway that's about to drop next month with S.
Nice.
And then
Kelly, did you know about this?
No, I just found out right now. Yeah, never knew about any of this. No.
so we talked about it actually last time we were on the show.
I know, but this is a year later now.
I know.
So it's just about to drop.
Finally about to drop.
That's how things work.
So
So
refresh our memory and the audience memory. What was it? What's a colorway? What's
so
it
it's
all
a
about?
colorway right now. I think I should be able to say what.
Oh,
it
you
is now.
totally, dude. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have already seen the pre-books and the catalogs for a lot of things, but I got the Excel OG coming out with the plus, like the strap, and it's an all black shoe with a red bottom.
Ooh.
So I'm pretty stoked. I remember seeing a shoe like that back in the day, and I don't know why. Just when I had my first one, I was like, that shoe kind of like really brought me back to where I was like, OG Teej back then. So it's like, I want to do this one. You know,
What shoe was it that you saw?
I think it was either an S or it was a Circa shoe back in the day.
Okay.
I forget right now. It was so long ago, but I remember seeing that shoe and I was just super hyped on that. So I just wanted to try and recreate that and obviously put the little bit of a flare on it with the strap. So stoked.
Straps are dope.
The whole sole is red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not wearing them right now.
Just the
but-
bottom or the
I
actual?
was gonna say,
So it's
just
all
this-
black, but then here's all red.
Yeah.
And it has like the gum
Okay.
bottom too. So
Oh, red sole, gum bottom.
yeah.
Okay, I'm picturing a whole red
Red, that's
bottom.
what I
no.
Gotcha.
Not all red, no.
Okay.
So
That's dope,
Super
dude.
stoked. Yeah, I got one
dope.
pair of samples right now, and actually Dawn and Kelly just sent me a box, and I think I get them tomorrow. So yeah, I'm
It's
stoked.
exciting.
Yeah, I go
I'm just happy to see what you do with those because you turned into one of my favorite skaters and just put in like, let's see what TJ does. Like, let's just let him go do what he does. Or when I go skate with you and you always put on, dude. You go hard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm stoked just to try them out because I haven't really skated those yet, like at least my colorway. So we're going to go to SF. I want a little bit of change of pace and just because, being in LA, I've literally biked, I could show you a photo. I've literally biked every single side street in my area. And I do it for like 4 or 6 hours a day, like once every couple of weeks. So I'm kind of just like burnt on the spots in my area that I want just something new and refreshing. So I'm going to go to SF and we're going to try and just get everything I can in
bump
like
the
those
hills?
4 days. Yep, I'm going to try.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
try. I mean,
You can have like 4 or 5 different spotters going down all the streets.
well, it's only me and Luke, or
Okay.
me, Luke, and I think Lando's going to roll too with us. And, we're just going to try and just go and handle whatever we can. you
Dude,
know?
I love seeing like just cruising down the street, like SF footage. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
for
sick.
sure.
yeah.
Like, there's a line of like Paul Rodriguez in like a 4-star thing. I'm like, it's most simplest thing probably for him, but it was like one of my favorite clips. Just like seeing him cruising down the avenues.
New York too.
Yeah,
It's
New York footage
that's
is
some
awesome.
shit.
I know. I want to go back out there for this, but it just didn't work out with timing.
Yeah, but
and
SF's
everything.
close, dude. You could make a trip out of
Yeah.
it.
Well, I
Yeah,
got a
a couple
dog
if you
too,
need to.
so it's
Yeah,
like pretty
oh,
hard,
yeah.
you know. So it's a little challenging, and like I need to make sure that she's taken care of. So,
that
it's-
dog's might have saved your life.
but she did, and that's why like I was just in Canada for a month of all of August, and she came with me, and like
Sick.
she literally was just beside me cruising the whole time, and it was awesome.
How
you
was
know?
it getting her out there?
It was actually super easy. It was just $50 one way, and then on the way home though, it was actually challenging. They almost didn't let me on my flight coming home.
What?
Yeah, I was like, yo, what do you mean? Like, I live in LA. She's like, her little passport
Yeah.
is American. Like,
Your dog has a passport?
Well, I have all of like the papers.
Oh,
that's,
okay,
like, that
okay.
she's from Arizona, so it's like, how are you guys not going to let us go back to the States right now?
Jeez, yeah.
You know, and then 10, 20 minutes later, finally talked to a bunch of managers and like let her go, you know. But so
They're letting peacocks on the plane for emotional support animals.
Yeah.
You know, let's
Hey, I needed that
come on.
peacock.
it depends on the airline too, though. So
Oh, yeah.
no more Air Canada for Teach.
Oh, there you go.
you
go.
Oh, Air
Yeah.
Canada, if you're listening, it's just, let's
Didn't you get
those-
stuck out there for a while too?
Last year.
Yeah, was that
last
before you came on the show? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was. It was right
okay.
before I came on the show last year because I went to Canada for 2 months to film that Red Bull series, and then came back here for a couple days, then flew to Europe, and then I got deported from Europe back to Canada, and I had to like quarantine and like hang out there for 16 days, and then I flew back here. It was a shit show.
But now, you had to pay for that?
Well, I stayed at my friend's house.
Oh, you're chilling.
Yeah, but like now that I went through cancer, like I'm not vaxxed. It's not that I'm anti-vax, but I just never got it for whatever reason. And now that I went through what I went through, I'm immunosuppressive, so I have all these doctor's notes saying that I can't get the vax. So that was like the only
Interesting.
one blessing in disguise that I got through, because now I can travel without any worries.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
Good for you.
When you were saying that you ride your bike down every goddamn street,
Yeah.
is that for also like health benefits, but also like your spot searching?
spot searching first and foremost, and also
First and foremost.
and it's just good health. Like that's all the little side streets, like
Oh,
all in Hollywood.
my God.
Oh, you're covering all territory.
Did you draw this in?
I drew it all
That's
in, so I
amazing.
knew what street I stopped
Ooh,
at.
you got a lot of ground to cover too.
I can show
that
you
Wait,
my
did you
spot book.
pinpoint the
If you're-
spots
if
on there
you're
too?
doing it
I
like
have
that,
I have
dude.
GPS logs, so I have like over 2,000 spots. Like I have so many. You know?
This is impressive, dude.
Like it's like I've literally covered all the way from La Cienega all the way to Wilton, from Hollywood all the way to 3rd Street.
See, why do you think you have so much footage, dude? This guy
I know.
just has,
Yeah.
like he has it planned
True
out. So,
professional.
yeah,
True
exactly.
Well, I'm
that
not fucking
definitely
around,
does.
that's for sure. No.
You definitely ain't fucking around, bro.
Yeah,
There's
so,
I mean, spot searching's fun, but also like there's the extreme spot searching, right? Tom Karangalov
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
watches movies and goes and searches stuff, and
That's
you know,
impressive, too.
It's impressive,
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
But wow, so you're doing it.
What about the Google Maps thing? You don't just look on Google Maps.
Well,
How are you
no.
supposed to see a ledge?
Yeah.
though?
You can see.
You can to a
Sometimes.
certain degree.
You could turn it on so you see the streets and everything. But
you
a lot
can-
of people do that.
It gets a little irritating though.
Exactly.
Now, when you're on
It's
ground
so-
level,
it's
bro,
so
your ground
tedious.
level, I
Yeah.
mean, it makes too much sense. And especially the way he's going
take a
about
ride.
it. Fuck.
It's just so.
I mean, that way's
tedious.
way. You could actually see it, but
Yeah.
people do just randomly find
sure.
spots.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, getting on the bike and going out and doing the work is pretty dope.
And you actually get to see other things that you may not have seen on Google Maps because of just the
Right.
angles, and like you
Yeah.
can't go into an alleyway of these houses where I'm like, oh wait, that's like 20 feet back from the photo. Go back in there. Oh, there's a hidden gem.
Yeah, and things
Yeah.
are changing so much in LA.
Yeah,
You know,
that's really
yeah, yeah, that too.
Look at construction and just
Mhm.
there's always something.
Yeah, and yeah, those aren't fully updated to like weekly.
No.
You know, it's like every year or so. So yeah, I don't know. I just love trying to be as proactive as possible and trying to like, you know, put myself in the best position to do my job properly instead of just keeping it in other people's hands. Because I just genuinely, I did that for so long in the past that like I just was skating all these spots that everyone else was skating because my friends would give me the pins or whatever. And now I'm like, I'm just gonna go find my own shit.
yeah.
After you did like a 360 flip in your TJIF part, the one like you opened the gate.
Yeah.
Did you just find that your own, or you've seen people skate that?
So that spot, no one skated, but right beside that was that ledge spot in my introducing to S part with the VX with Chris Thiessen, and I did the switchback tail big spin on the last trick.
Okay.
So it's a green ledge.
Yeah.
That was, I parked across the street and then I found that.
Oh, see, that's amazing.
So,
that
like,
was a sick spot.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'd never seen anyone skate it, and
Yeah.
definitely he won spots searching for that one.
I got kicked out first try and or second try, and I did it the next try. I got a third try, but like I literally was getting kicked out, and I was like, "Yo, dude, give me 5 minutes, man. Like, please." It's like, no, and I tied a shoelace to the fucking gate, and then I just like, because I had to hop over the gate to like let myself in because it was locked. You know, only people from the apartments can get in, and that's another thing too where I'm hopping fences, getting off my bike, hopping fences, and looking in little territories. I'm getting into
sure
the
like
nitty
people
gritty.
like looking at the ring app, like, what is this guy doing? And reporting you like, there's a guy creeping around my house.
Yeah.
For sure, 100%.
Wearing
Sorry.
a brown and black sweater with that.
Check the next door app.
He keeps looking at these stairs. Like,
He's wearing big ass headphones as well.
Sometimes I'll wear a backpack with my skateboard just to make everybody think that I'm not, but most of the time I'm just biking around, just got my headphones on and I'm just doing my thing, you know?
You know what I love? I love a mix of both. I love a mix of both, like in a video part, like people that you've never seen the spot before, but also spots that are familiar.
Yeah.
Like I like that kind of mixture. 'Cause
sometimes, it's good when you
it's
can like
nice.
compare a trick to someone else. Like
Yeah.
you kind of, oh yeah, that must be hard because that dude did that and this guy did this.
But it's also nice
Yeah.
seeing shit that you've never seen.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, damn, that was okay. That was sick.
Yeah.
I'm never mad if I've never seen this fucking spot. I think that's
even better.
Super
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I like a mixture of both.
For sure. I think you did a great job in that part.
Yeah.
I think you mixed a lot of random spots and then like Hollywood High.
The
switch
OG.
big spin tail slide on the gap to ledge. Like,
Yeah, no, there's definitely, I mean, TJIF, I definitely had a mixture of both, but like this VX one that I just dropped, it was definitely like, because again, me biking around, I'm finding these little nitty gritty spots that you can't film HD at. They just don't look good aesthetically on it to where I'm like, that's why I love filming HD and VX at both times, because I can be like, this isn't going to be good HD, but I'm going to still be able to skate this and get one clip on it, and that'll just add a couple seconds to this next project. So I'm constantly always working on something rather than just being like narrow-minded to where I can only do one thing, you know?
and the good thing is Luke can film with both.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
he can literally bring out the HD or a VX and he knows what he's doing.
and he can shoot photos.
And he can shoot photos.
He's
He's all
better.
Yeah, no, he's a man of many talents.
Multi-talented.
Team manager soon?
Talented, yeah.
What?
Will be team manager soon?
I probably think he's pretty good what he's doing right now. I think he doesn't need to worry about anything else.
Man, he's
But
out there
also-
doing it.
Also, the way that you skate, you can't really go out with a big group of people trying to go skate these spots. You know,
No.
especially if they're all
Right.
cutty. You know, it's like you and the filmer and maybe a photographer,
Yep.
and that's
So
it.
with Luke, it's both. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Even
we
tighten it.
we needed a cover photo for this video, and these guys were on a group text. And he's like, "Oh, let's go get it tomorrow with Luke." And they went and just got it, the kickflip over the fence.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
because I mean, I did that before I went to Canada, and then we came back and we're like, oh, we don't have a photo screen grab for any of the tricks, and then we are like, well, we're about to drop this part next week. Like, it was kind of like thrown together pretty quickly, but then I was like, okay, well, hey, Luke, come up to my area. This is 2 blocks from my house. We'll get the kickflip, and then, you know, we'll keep on moving on. And then I got like a couple more tricks that day for the part. I did that. I did that switch heel on that double set that was in the part that day as well.
That was a randomly big set. You just found that?
Yeah, I found it when I was in NOHO for a couple months. It was off Moore Park or something like
Are
that.
we talking about TJIF or Unstoppable?
Unstoppable.
Got you.
It was like a 6-flat-3 or something. It was kind of big.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 653 or 654 or something like
Oh,
that.
from Moore Park.
Yeah, Moore Park and like close to Tahunga.
We'll put the pin in the description.
Yeah. You're good at finding those random big stairs or like over rails at apartment complexes.
That's my jam. That's literally my jam.
where
these
the
days.
hell did you find this?
And everyone's always coming up out of this. Yo, we got kids. We're trying to
Yeah,
sleep.
but say you don't got that much time at those spots either.
Yeah,
Everyone works at home now.
Yeah, but I try to make the best of it, and like sometimes if they get really pissed off, I'll bring them a case of beer later and be like, "Yo,
That's
thanks
dope.
again," you know.
That's dope.
But yeah,
How can we make this work?
Exactly.
But that's
What
what
can I
I'm
do for
saying.
you?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I like the mixture of both because like we've all seen, you know, a 12 stair that everybody skates, right? But we haven't seen this 12 stair over here that you just randomly found, you know,
Yeah.
or whatever count it is, you know. But
I just feel like skating
I
a
like
lot of
that
the
mixture.
spots. I just feel like skating a lot of the spots that everyone skates in videos. I used to love doing that because then I would put my mark, and like how you guys said, you guys can compare tricks. But ultimately for me, like, I'm not trying to just do what other people are doing. I'm on my own schedule. I'm on my own program, and I like doing what I want to do instead of like hitting up 6 homies to get one pin to one spot that's in K-Town that I haven't biked past yet.
Sure.
You know, like, I'm just going to go find 10 spots, maybe 20 in a day, and I'm good, you know?
And you're going to go skate those and get 5 clips in a day.
Exactly.
By myself. With nobody around. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean,
real.
don't get me wrong. I love skating with people, and I love, like, that vibe aesthetically of, like, cruising with friends and stuff. But, like, if I'm working on something specific, like, I want to make sure that I'm making the most of my day to where I'm just doing what I got to do.
Totally.
You
Yeah,
know?
it makes sense, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'll go out and skate whenever Wade's in town, Tom, anybody, you know, we'll all go out and cruise. But, like, if I'm just, like, on my own ones, like, I'm definitely going to be able to be more productive.
For
you know?
sure. And when we were speaking of like leaving your mark on certain things, like when you skated like the Hollywood High, the Nollie
Yep.
back 180 over into the street.
Yep.
Nuts.
In
I,
HD.
I had a boom box that I like was skating down the Hollywood Strip on, and I was just blaring a bunch of music, and then I got there and I just was like, all right, let's go.
Oh, you were just psyching yourself up.
Yeah,
That's so dope.
full musket skis back in the day.
Did you,
Hell yeah.
did you know you wanted to try that, or just like you were
Yeah.
like, oh, okay,
Oh, you were going
Yeah,
there.
I was like, yo, I want to do that on this. Like, I know I could. So I just was like, let's just go. I did that 4th try.
Fourth try.
You like the 4th try. For sure.
It's like 3, and it's like, okay, like I can't. Like
For,
I
for
know
something
what
like
I'm
this, do you
doing.
visualize like doing it?
Yeah, and I mean, last year, because I just had moved to Hollywood, I was literally going there weekly and just ollieing over the fence for fun.
Okay.
I never on your Instagram story or something you just post. I was like,
Yeah.
what is he doing?
No,
that is so gnarly.
I
If you
just-
got it like that, do it.
Yeah, no, well,
Yeah.
and again, I just genuinely, I was skating so much more, and it felt like I was in Toronto because I was just so on point with like my board and my like shoes, everything. It just everything felt really fucking good to where I was like, okay, yo, I got my board, I got my fucking Avance on, like we're gonna make this shit happen, and then, yeah,
You couldn't have done it any more perfect, bro.
Bro.
That's some real shit.
thank you.
And it's the hard way too.
Yeah, it just seems. Either way, it seems scary as
Well, because you're
shit.
jumping down this set of stairs backwards.
I don't think it's the hard way.
Yeah.
The other way
Well,
is the hard
The
way.
other
think
way would be
so?
the hard
Oh,
way.
shit.
Yeah.
So
if I was
I mean,
goofy
so should I-
going that,
I think this way. I'm not trying to downgrade his shit because I could never do that in my life. But I think going over that way, over the rail, is easier for me. Just because
See, the
how
way
I do the trick.
The way that I look at it,
agree.
the way that I look at it is like going over this way, your board can hit the top of the rail more
But blindsided.
than not, and you're blind. Yeah,
but you're gonna.
But nollie half cab, as Jerome was saying, like that way, I would have to literally pop out straight and then almost
Yeah,
turn.
you have to go
This
fast
was more,
as fuck.
This was
Yeah.
more free flowing
Yeah.
on how you're supposed to do it. That's why you did it fucking perfect. You know?
Well, it was just
Yeah.
easier for sure.
There you go.
Well, you've
But
done a
it's-
few
it's-
tricks over that thing, right?
I did switchback 180 in my blind part in 2020.
Oh, here we go.
And then, yeah, that was 4th try as well.
fourth try.
Swear to God.
Four is your number.
What's going on?
It
Yeah,
is.
four.
I don't know why. It
Four
was-
is the magic number.
Yeah.
Use that in Vegas, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, four.
I actually clipped the fence on that one.
Really?
Like,
Did you?
Yeah, like right there. Like I kind of
The back of your tail?
Yeah, like my tail and nose, like it slightly tapped it.
Well, dude, that fence like spiked basically. It's terrifying.
No, I was surprised I rode away from that. I was like, whoa. But yeah, no, it was a good time. I was stoked on that one.
But you also skated the stairs, also, right? Didn't you?
Yep. I mean, I switched
Switch 3'd it. Yeah.
coming on 10 years in January.
That's so amazing.
And then,
bro.
I mean, I landed on a couple tricks last year trying to film for TJIF. I almost did nollie front shove and fakie big spin, but I
Oh,
couldn't.
that's
I couldn't
dope.
get either of them. I
Yeah,
just
you came
my
real
feet-
close.
Yeah, my
Hey,
feet were fucked.
real quick, can we talk about the homie that tried nollie 3 shove?
Oh, Tajay,
Dude, okay, shout out for him for trying that, but this dude tried nollie frontside 360 shove it down
Yeah.
and just got smoked. But I was like, that is
It's
the
a lot of spinning down something.
Okay, so the thing is, he's literally known to do that trick. Like, see, you know that 7 block in Barcelona, like that big one that everyone skates, like Jocelyn Ficky big flipped it.
Yeah, yeah.
So he did that trick on that.
Yeah.
Like years ago. And then he, like, even that switchback lip spot that I did, he landed on nollie 3 shove on that. He just couldn't ride away. He kept like slipping out or sticking and then just didn't
Wow.
get it. And he's like, yo, I really want to try that on this. And I was like, fuck it. I just finished chemo. I'm like, let's go. I'll film it, you know? So I went there with him, and he didn't do it the first day. He was like, oh, I'm not feeling it today. It's a little too windy. So then, and he drove out here, you know, just kind of on his own ones, just doing his thing.
Okay.
And then he ended up going back the next day with me, and then he tried it. And then, yeah, he like got close the first try. And then I think it was like the second or third, I forget now. But like he just missed his pop and kind of was like went in the back seat, and like his feet slipped out from under him and just landed right on his ass.
Ooh.
Down a 16 stair straight to his ass.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he got fucked up for a couple weeks where he was like he was out, you know, like he drove home and then he was just out for a while.
Oh my god.
Never
But-
heard from
That's
again.
heavy.
I'm like, hey man, I cheers to you for trying that, because that's like a hefty.
Toss.
That's a hefty toss.
Rolling the windows up down 16 is no joke, bro.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Tajay, Sunny Black, 69 on
You get
Insta.
that though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's got
Roger
it.
loves that.
Sunny Black, yeah. Long Sunny Black 69.
Like that's a long way down. It's a lot of time, but it's so quick.
Yeah, it happens
Like
in a matter of seconds.
you're flying, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're
Well,
down.
yeah, especially because of how you do that trick. You're kind of just popping, but like if you're not leaning forward and you're slightly back a bit, like it could go really wrong, you know? And
That's
like,
exactly what
yeah.
But you didn't skate at that. You went there for
I just
the
went to
homie
film
support.
there. Yeah. I just went there to film them because, I have an HVX with the Extreme, and I have a VX 1000 with 2 Mark 1s.
Okay.
Because I like filming on the side whenever like homies want to like go out and film too.
I love that.
Now wait,
So-
do you charge for your footage?
Yeah.
That's a quick question. If you're filming, the
I
homies
mean,
and shit. Obviously
Are you sending an invoice?
not for companies, not for fucking.
No, the homies no.
No.
But like if it goes in a video, and you know, like I filmed Jake Alardi's big flip front board on Hollywood 16.
Oh.
I don't think I ended up getting paid for that one, but I don't care. But like, there's just certain things that like sometimes I've like, you know, Weiss back in the day would tell me, hey, go film Little Steven, and like we'll hook you up for the clips. So like I would go out and film him,
Sick.
and then I'd get a couple $100 or whatever. But it was still just fun because I was like out with a new kid, and he was just killing it. And just like really inspiring and motivating for me as well, because like it made me want to skate.
That's
you know,
dope.
so
Because those are your cameras, I'm assuming.
I own them. Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I'm asking. That's what made me ask you. Otherwise, I would have never.
Yeah.
But
Better
that's
start
dope.
sending out invoices. bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Except for S.
You know what I'm
Don't do that to S, but do it to those other places. You know what I mean?
I got you.
I'll send you more shoes or something. Or like,
Got
Shoes aren't gonna pay rent.
Yeah, we're charging double for S, bro. Okay.
you. No, I got you guys. It's easy. Honestly, I just like it's honestly just like a side passion that like I like doing whenever if homies are going out skating and like they hit me up, I'm just like, okay, yeah, let's go. I'm down to film.
Sick.
You know, like
super dope,
if they get used, perfect. If not, all good. Like I filmed my homie Will Marshall recently, and like he did like this nollie, or don't want to say the trick. He did this trick. It's about to come out soon, and like I just had to send it over to like the homies, you know. So
Yeah.
sick.
that's gonna roll out. But
That's rad.
again, I'm not gonna just be like, yo, it's just one clip. Like if I film like 10 tricks, a little different. But like,
Yeah.
oh, what? I'm gonna go chase an invoice for fucking 50 or $100. Like, yo, just buy me dinner next time. You know?
There you
go.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
for
cool.
sure.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
That Ruth's Chris dinner.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've brought Will there before, so I've hooked up the homies. Like I did a trick on Wallenberg one time, and then I just wanted to celebrate, and I never went to Ruth Chris's, so I bought me and like 3 homies Ruth Chris's for dinner, and like we just went and balled out. Had a
That's
good time.
amazing.
Oh,
You
what do
know.
you get? What do you get?
I get well, first and foremost, you just get the beautiful ribeye steak.
Ooh,
Get
go on.
some asparagus, mashed potatoes, and
Okay.
then to end it off, you get the creme brulee.
Ooh.
Fire,
Can I suggest something?
please.
Lobster mac and cheese.
I'm not a seafood guy.
No.
Never mind.
I can't do.
You don't like seafood.
No,
No
sushi.
fish, no sushi, no
I
nothing?
cook really good salmon on the grill.
Okay.
but I just don't. I can't. fuck with it.
What's
Scalloped
the issue
potatoes.
with it?
I
What's
never
the issue?
for 2 things. I never grew up on it, and I don't like the smell.
You don't like the smell of fish.
No,
Of any type of fish, like any seafood.
no.
I feel like raw fish doesn't really have a smell.
And it doesn't
Oh,
taste
it
how
does.
it
It
smells.
does, for
It
sure.
doesn't taste how it smells sometimes.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
I've
but
tried
I-
it all. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I've tried it, but I just never got into
I
it.
remember salmon like smelling crazy when I was a kid. When you had it,
Well,
it was
cooked
good.
fish that's a smell.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like sushi, it's not. There's a smell to it, but it's not as much as cooked.
Yeah, true.
for sure.
Yeah.
You don't like sushi at all, then?
No.
Okay.
Well,
I've tried it. you got to try everything once in life.
Yeah.
And I just, I'm good.
Okay,
Yeah.
mac and cheese, hold the lobster.
Yeah.
Because it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's one of my go-tos at Ruth's Chris.
Yeah, mac
I
and
don't.
cheese.
You have to ask it like that. Can I get the mac and
a side
cheese
of
without, or no? You just call it mac and
lobster on the
cheese.
side.
Lobster mac and cheese, hold the lobster.
Perfect. And even if they had the one where it just says mac and cheese,
Yeah.
you gotta say just I want the lobster mac and cheese, but hold the lobster.
Yeah. Exactly.
100%.
Perfect. I'm glad we
Listen,
had this conversation.
You gotta sound the part when you go into Ruth's Chris, right, Dubs?
Yes, 1000%.
Oh, I fuck
You
with
know,
that.
let me get a cafe con leche, no leche.
fucking love that shit.
Come on, man.
Love it.
So what else is going on? Are we blind? What's going on? Are we good over there? What's going on over there?
Yeah, so long story short with that, me and Weiss have been good friends ever since I started like pretty much like coming up.
You've been on blind 15 years.
Yeah,
It's a
almost
long
15
time.
years.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
And congrats for being, that loyal to a
Yeah,
brand
in the
for that
game,
long.
no doubt.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And I mean, so with that being said, Weiss has always had my back. He's been like my second dad, honestly. And there were some things that happened that we don't need to touch on, but I was able to talk with him recently about some other things, and I feel like I'm in a better place now, obviously mentally and physically, to where we've worked out a few things, and you might end up seeing me still stay on blind.
Sick.
So, I mean, like I said, they've been there for me since day one. That I am very thankful and grateful to be a part of a brand with such a great history.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just certain things that happened that I just, the skate industry right now is just in such a weird place, and I think every brand can.
Always has been.
Yeah, like I feel like every brand can kind of agree to that. There was just some things that happened, and it was what it was. I'm not like taking it personal, but I had to do what was best for me at that time to make me happy. So I made a post for 20 minutes and got a lot of confrontation.
reaction.
Yeah, got a lot of reactions and a lot of things. So where it probably wasn't the best idea at the time, but
It was a
ultimately-
post saying that you were.
Yeah, I made a post saying like, hey, it's been great being a part of the brand for this long, and I wish everybody nothing but the best in it. I'm gonna try and do my own thing, and after reflecting after all of these last few months of not being on, I have had a change of heart that I want to continue to be a part of that brand if they will let me, and they said yes, but we still have to work out a few kinks, and hopefully we can get there to where we're both happy and
Beautiful.
we can continue to move forward.
Beautiful, man. I love it. Because, I mean, listen, blind has been around. How many years has blind actually been around?
Since 89.
Yeah,
Since
yeah.
1989.
Older than me.
I-
Older than
Crazy.
me, Yeah.
Wow.
And you've been on for 15 years. I mean, it would be a shame to end all that. I mean, listen, the business side of skateboarding is an interesting thing, right? I mean, we grew up skateboarding where, a lot of kids get sponsored at 15, 16, 18 years. I mean, we're still kids, and there's so much business that goes along with it, and I don't think people really realize kind of the ins and outs of behind the scenes
Exactly,
stuff,
yeah.
you
And I
know?
mean, I'm just trying to do what's best for my career moving forward.
Yeah.
And, obviously being at the age that I am in right now, I just want to make sure that I'm making the right decisions for my financial future as well.
Sure.
And I'm doing things that make me happy first and foremost. So, like I said, I'm really hyped to be working with blind for as long as I have, and I hope to continue that. But time will tell.
Hey, there you go.
Mhm.
Well, I wish you the best.
Yeah.
And I hope everything works out beautifully. And like you just said, if you're happy, it's all that matters.
Exactly. Yeah.
You
I mean,
know.
I know there might be some people being like, oh, this and that, but it's like, yo, honestly, man, like, you're not paying my bills. I got nothing but love for Weiss first and foremost. He's been there for me since day one, and I just genuinely want to make sure that like we're on the same page moving forward, because again, like
all
he's just a good,
communication.
yeah, and he's just a good dude, and like he's always had my back and always put me first. That I just want to make sure that like we both are doing what's best, you know, and I think personally me getting back on would be a good thing.
Yeah.
So I want to continue that as best as I can.
Boom. And it's also like not only Bill Weiss, who's an extraordinary guy, love Bill, but it's, you know, Bod Boyle's down there, Luis Cruz. I mean, there's so many skaters there that are just have been in the game for so long, you know, that are doing it. So yeah, I wish you the best, bro.
Yeah,
Hope
thank
everything
you.
works out.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I
Hey.
mean, like I said, I just want to make sure first and foremost I'm happy, in which I am.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that you know, we just get everything done the proper way.
There you go.
I hope
Both
they
parties
go, I
have-
hope they,
yeah.
sorry, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
I hope they go about it the right way, obviously, because at the end of the day, there's many a company out there that will fuck with you right now.
Yeah, I
There you
mean,
go.
I'd be awesome, but at the same time, I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to.
Oh, I'm just letting them know.
Yeah.
Not even for you. I'm just letting them know.
Yeah.
Well, my opinion would be, I think it's rad you stay there and like you build something because you're like the staple dude there now.
Yeah.
Like you are.
You're the keystone.
You're the you've been there the longest. You're the one putting it down the hardest. Something to work with there, and both parties like you need to be happy and they need to be happy too, and work together.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
build on that.
TJ and Sora alone.
Dude, you got Sora on the
I
team.
know.
It's
They
fucked.
got a really good squad
Yeah.
that I'm like really hyped on. The people that are on.
Jake's amazing too.
Jake is awesome.
Yeah.
Nassim Deschamps from Morocco, Spain.
Oh, he's incredible too.
Yeah, he's Etnies.
Yeah.
Blind, and then yeah, I mean, there's little Steven that's on the team. The Shiloh from Florida, the girl, she's ripping. And then there's a lot of people that are on blind that I've like you guys said, I've been on the longest. I'm like the vet on the team.
Isn't that
You
crazy?
know? Yeah, and I'm only 30, so it's kind of crazy to see how many people have come and go in that time, and I'm still there, fighting and like trying to support as best as I can. That I just want to make sure that like I end my career off with them if it's possible, but at the same time, like if we didn't for whatever reason work it out, like I'll be fine.
Sure.
But I just genuinely like I've been going through a lot this year. So
Yeah.
like, you know, it's
Yeah.
been a mental battle in so many aspects, but I'm just again really wanting to just like be happy.
You fought off the Blind Reaper.
Yeah, for a second there.
I don't think you're not trying to ask for anything crazy. You just want something fair. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
I don't think you don't seem like an unreasonable guy in that sense.
No.
For them not to be able to work with you. You know?
Yeah, I'm very easygoing, and and again, it's not all about the money to me at the end of the day, but I just want to make sure that like I'm being as professional as possible with the brands that I work with, to where I'm putting them first and foremost, and we're doing everything accordingly, and we're on the same page.
And look what you've done for them already. I
Page
mean,
6, where I'm watching after your back and you're watching after my back.
There you go.
know?
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Like you always keep 6. So
Love that.
that's just me and how I approach things in life.
Man, that's beautiful, bro.
Fuck yeah.
It's so funny to me, like you just said, you're 30 years old, but you're like the OG on the team.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, right when I got on, I mean, first 5 years, I think, with blind, like being professional or like even fully introduced to the team, like we did a video every year.
Wow.
Like I've had a lot of blind parts in the time that I've been on.
Yeah,
I'd like to
can pump 'em
say,
out.
yeah, I'd like to say at least like 7 to almost 10. Like,
Wow.
Blind parts alone.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
It's so
like
funny
2
because
video parts a year.
yeah, it's so funny because there was a whole drought for years with no blind videos coming out
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that,
Every other
in the early '90s.
yeah, like we did This Is Not a Test. Then we did Damn. We did IOU. We did 4 Days. We did my own specific blind part. And then I know I'm forgetting 1 or 2 more in that mix. And we always, back in the day, like when I was getting on even, they had these things with the Bride channel called Sunday Fun Days, where they're
Oh,
like
yeah.
3-4 minute montages. And like I pumped out so many of those because again, like we had to have one every week or every 2 weeks to where like I'm consistently going to a skate park with a filmer and we would film like a bunch of stuff. So like I've just done a lot with that brand for literally since like the start of like my career. I'd like to
Sure.
think that you know, they're good people over there.
Totally. Like I just said, Bob Boyle. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah,
there's a lot of skaters running that
Yeah.
over there. Going back to, you just mentioned This Is Not a Test. That was a video you switched 180 to El Toro.
Yep.
And
2011 that came out.
2011, 2012. Dude.
Yeah, 2010, 2011.
Are you...
Oh, you kind of touched on this on your episode. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like.
yeah.
We did. Yeah, we talked about it. That was second try.
Wasn't fourth.
No,
No, it wasn't fourth. No, I didn't want to jump down
Yeah,
that more.
4 tries down this thing.
2 is enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so funny story. I think we touched on it, I believe, in the last one. But I came out there originally. I was staying in Arizona with my friend Tyrone.
Yeah.
And my old roommate. And we ended up skating other spots all weekend. And then on the drive home back to Arizona, we just stopped there just to like look at it. And it was like sunset. And I was like, fuck it, I'm horny. Like, let's do it. Let's try it. Let's do it. You know, let's go for it. So I tried it actually 7 times, and I landed on it 4 out of the 7.
God
and then
damn.
the last try, I kicked out, and it exploded my heel to where I couldn't skate. And this was on like a Sunday, and I waited a full week till that next Sunday, because that Monday following, I had to fly back to Canada.
Right.
Because it was in January 2010. And I ended up going back that following Sunday, called Weiss, and then that's Weiss's angle. And yeah, we went there. At first, we went to this other gap that Morgan Smith backside flipped. It was like in Costa Mesa. It was like a big grass gap over sidewalk. I've done a few tricks on it, but I switch flipped it like in a couple tries, and I was just like super juiced. Like we left at like 3 in the morning to get there early, you know, and then 9, 10, and then went straight to that spot, got that, and then it was like noon, and then we ended up going to this triple set down this road, and then I did a tray flip on it. And then after that, we were like, okay, we got to drive home because we got 6-hour drive. And then we drove back to Arizona, and then I got on my flight the next morning.
What a way to leave California.
you must felt awesome
Jeez.
flying back.
Yeah, no, for sure. I felt really accomplished. And I know, like, after that day, Weiss was like, yo, we're going to do something with you. Like, you've already been flow for like a little bit longer, 2-3 years almost.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do something. And we're going to work on a video, just hang tight, and we're going to make shit happen, you know?
Damn.
So then I just went back to Canada, and I kept filming, and then that part came out.
So sick. I mean, you boosted this Switch 180. I mean,
That was a proper Switch 180.
So
Hell yeah.
proper, man.
Switch 180s are fucking hard downstairs, dude. They're not. Yeah, I don't know. Depends on who it is.
Well, plus
That
you
w-
have to go fast too.
Yeah.
So to have
Definitely.
control over a Switch 180 and
Yeah.
pop it up like that, it's
Definitely.
impressive.
Yeah, the first try, I listened to like Shaggy, I think. It was
I'm
the most-
bombastic. Call me.
It was that, or it wasn't me.
Okay, it wasn't me.
And then the second one, I think I put on like Lil Wayne, Money to Blow. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm doing this. And
Or
then,
didn't you like jock jams back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
that might have been the hardest I've ever laughed at a contest. When you put on the jock jams at Tampa Pro, I was fucking dying, dude.
2017, 2018. That was
Dude.
definitely the jam at one point.
I used to listen to the Jock Jams. They were fucking sick
get
as
you-
they pump you up, dude.
Tektronix, baby.
Yeah.
Dude.
Pump up the jam.
Pump it up.
It was a vibe. It was a
Yeah.
vibe.
What was the one they used in the hockey things?
Oh yeah, down,
I just had it in my head. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the name of the song, but
I don't know.
I
Did
know.
they all
It was
have
like it was also that song was in the RDS intro to
No.
FSU.
Are you ready for this? Like dun dun dun.
Are you ready for this?
That one. Yeah.
Dude, all that shit that I got, that's all like LimeWire shit.
Yeah,
Like, back in the day, I'd be like, Jock Jam, fucking download my shit. You know?
Crazy Frog.
You ever download
That's
the
the
Jock
best.
Jams?
No, I never done
Oh.
that.
Crazy
Shit,
Frog's the
that's-
best to do karaoke to, because all it is just like bling ding 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 down, you know, and like you just say some stupid shit, but you're just dancing. It's a vibe.
But dude, you were
the Jock Jams.
that came on. I was like, wait, what the hell?
Is
Like,
going
because you have to
on?
request that. So I started laughing at that you requested it. But not only did you request it, he comes firing out of the gate like just gnarly run, straight faced, and it's just all dun dun dun.
Jock Jams.
Shout out to DJ Wade.
Yeah.
I just told him, I'll put on some fucking hilarious music for me right now.
Oh.
And he just put on that, and I just was like, okay, I'm fired up. Let's
Jock
go.
Jams.
That was amazing, dude.
God.
So funny.
But the
man.
El Toro, man, you got a clip on it.
Did it?
I landed on
fucking
Switch
sick.
Ollie too.
Switch Ollie.
But then Nick Marlino got it.
Switch 180, it's good.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, if it was still skatable, maybe I'd try and jump down it again, but
Oh, yeah?
I'm not trying to put in the work and break the fence just to jump down a 20 stair, man.
It's pretty much
You'll find
gone.
another-
Yeah,
20
I'd
stairs.
rather exactly. I'd rather find a new one, like something else, or maybe even a little smaller. Who knows?
What do you if you could go back to El Toro, what would you try?
Probably just switch back 180.
That's what I was thinking.
Wow.
Because your TGIF part, what did you like a 16 or something? Or what was that you switched back 180?
Yeah, that was a 16 downtown or like Century City, like right beside UCLA. It was on Wilshire.
Yeah.
That was huge, dude. I've never seen anyone skate that before.
Yeah. Well, you land and it's downhill, so like that one wasn't fourth try, but I kept landing and just slipping out, and then it was what it was. I ended up getting it eventually, but it was a little challenging, that one.
Damn.
So is that kind of your go-to down bigger steps?
I mean, just because switch front 180 was my jam when I was a kid, and then because I did it on El Toro, I was like, I'm not gonna downgrade and a switch front side 180 down anything, you know. I tried to do it on that Echo Park 18 when Ryan DeCenzo tri-flipped it, but I just was like, nah, I don't know, I'm just not feeling that trick anymore. So then I like just recently, I'd like to think, started doing a lot more switch backside tricks that one just kind of flows for me right now.
Dude, I love switchback 180s. You don't see them too often, and you do them really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The one that's always sticks out in my mind is like the Gino Iannucci switchback side down the little double set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just floating.
And
Just
Brian
floats it.
Winning down the big the Love Gap.
Love gap.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's
That's
a good
huge.
one. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
TJ, would you ever step up to the Leon 25?
Fuck no. I'm good on that one.
Switchback 180? No?
I'm
Okay.
good.
I
I
feel
see
like
Jaws explode.
I know,
I'm good.
right?
Yeah.
If Jaws
Yeah,
exploded,
that's
then
a good telltale.
Yeah.
do you see that clip that Etney's put up where like Jocelyn's skating up to it and then it just pans away?
no.
He's like, oh, Chris Jocelyn. He's like charging at it and then it just like pans away from it and then it ends.
Just a little tease.
It's pretty funny. Though. I don't know if he even tried it. But
They
it's-
probably just went there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
sure.
oh, that's pretty funny.
I
Got
mean,
a lot
it's
of
gnarly.
views.
Jaws is the guy. He's kind of the, like what's possible in that kind of
On
realm.
that measurement aspect,
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
what can
Measurement.
You really, what can really be done?
Yeah.
Can you ollie down
I mean-
30 stairs? Jaws will let you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's got the FP insoles in too. And like, I always just skate stock insoles
Mm-hmm.
personally. So like, I know if his feet are hurting after a long day, after a big ass set of stairs, I know mine might too, you know?
Yeah, he does have those FP soles, huh?
Dude,
that
those
definitely
work.
helped,
The
bro.
game changers are no joke. They work.
Well, it's funny. The whole videos that Joey does with the
Oh,
bowling
yeah.
balls, it just goes bananas.
I
dude.
see,
I
bro. He
crack up
does
when I see
every.
that.
He does like one every week. I'm like, another bowling ball, dude. Like
Yeah.
another egg. Like,
But it is
They
crazy.
missed
To,
it. Some people
But
missed
dude,
it last
you
week.
get like millions of views on some of those videos on like TikTok and shit.
I
It's
know.
insane.
but it's like
I think it's hilarious.
it's really wild to see that kind of like actually it's like you get a Nike insole and then theirs and it's like wow, you see the difference
Oh yeah.
of the impact.
Yeah.
But-
Well, they're using that shit on the space shuttle
Yeah.
yeah.
for
Well,
certain little mechanics.
Not the space
Yeah,
shuttle,
he
but
mentioned that.
Yeah, they're using it for space shit.
yes, they're using it to wrap cargo.
That's it.
There
That's
you
what
go.
Exactly what
It's
it
in
was.
space, right?
Wait, can I? What's going on with this beneath clothing? No. I'm sorry.
Beneath Apparel.
Yeah, beneath apparel.
So they are a boxers company.
That's dope.
Yep. I've been riding for them for 8 years.
Okay.
Oh wow.
He's the owner of the company, Des Price. He's a really good friend of mine. Met him in Canada back in the day, and I've always just been working with him, kind of doing my thing. And he's kind of, before it was called My Package. And
Okay.
Yeah, it was, but like, so they have a patent for underwear where it's like with the keyhole for your junk.
Okay.
And
A keyhole.
yeah, it's like, it just has a little pouch to where your shit fits in it perfect. It's
Oh.
it's really comfortable
It's like
boxers.
a snuggie.
Okay.
Yeah, we can make sure to send you some. if
I
you
would
guys wanna
love.
try
Yeah, I
it.
would love. I'd,
But yeah, they're my favorite boxers.
Okay.
Like straight up, they're so comfortable and like they're really eco-friendly now as well, and they're just doing a lot for just action sports in general.
Sick.
And they have I've actually had a lot of people like Fred Banshee and a couple people hit me up because they do this biking like shorts to where it's like a padded for your ass.
Yeah.
And it's like really comfortable, and it's like you're not gonna get a sore ass after you bike for 6 hours.
Interesting.
So their technology and like their brand and what they strive to do is like, it's really cool, and I like to be a part of that, you know, because and it's also Canadian shit, so I got
Okay.
nothing but love for them, you know. But
Dope.
Yeah, they're fucking beneath is dope. I love them.
Wow, your homie should have been wearing them when he did the windows, roll the windows up down to 16.
Oh yeah.
For real.
Start wearing like biker shorts when you jump down things.
Yeah. I know Nigel would.
There you go. There you go. But I love those kind of sponsors, like the boxer sponsors, the sock sponsors, like because I mean, like, where do you get boxers? So, like,
Stance makes really good ones.
They do.
Yeah,
they do.
They hook some
But on
up,
every
too.
day, like I just order like Hanes. I go and get my Hanes boxers or whatever. But
Or
there's certain.
Ethica.
Yeah, that's true too. But I don't have an in. Hopefully I can get it in with this beneath and have a place for my junk.
There you go.
I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you have the small keyhole, right? Though.
Do they have different sizes?
Yeah.
Different size.
They have different sizes.
I don't know. I think the keyhole is just the same patent size, but they have like small, medium, large.
According
etc.
Oh,
to the
okay,
size,
okay.
Yeah, for your waist. and whatnot. I mean, they might have an XL for if you got a big trunk. I don't know though.
I got a big trunk and a small front, big trunk.
Yeah.
Small
Wow.
keyhole, big trunk.
I may need to do.
You don't even need a keyhole. It just needs like the ID.
I may need to do my custom. I may need to do custom boxers with them.
They probably would do a collab with you guys to do.
be
an
sick.
exclusive.
The crop fit.
The
Yeah.
crop.
Yeah.
Crop box.
I'll make sure when this comes out, I'll send them the link to it. Tell them to start it at this
Let's
certain
go.
time.
Let's go.
And we'll see what they say.
Man.
Super dope.
Yeah.
No, I
That's
love
sick.
boxer sponsor, all the stuff that you don't really get normally in like a clothing sponsor and
crop
stuff.
banana
Those are
hammock.
great, man.
Oh, also you have or California ramps, right? Or
I'm on OC ramps.
yeah, you got OC ramps going.
Yep. Yeah. So I have like a signature bench with them that I've had for a long time. I've been on them for
How many
about
benches are you moving?
I don't know.
You don't see the reports.
I sometimes do. I'll
I'm
ask
just
them at
kidding.
the very end of the
I just
year.
always wonder like how many,
Well, the ramps.
benches
The
and-
thing is, the wood has gone up so much recently.
and then shipping that stuff.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
like my bench is like almost $500.
Wow.
So like
Damn.
I know that like I've sold like in a year probably like 30 to 50, but still that's a lot.
I think that's a lot.
yeah, for
Yeah.
a ramp.
Those boxes are good, dude. Like all the stuff they make, the keyhole.
Oh,
Yeah.
You said,
Sorry.
you said those
We're talking
boxers are
about
good.
box?
The boxes.
Oh, the box.
Yeah,
the butter
box.
benches.
I'm
and
still on the
everything.
keyhole. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out the measurements. I'm in the millimeters. So I'm trying to figure out wheel size 54 millimeters,
Yeah.
52s. I don't know, but the
Where I
junk,
lie here.
but the trunk is like inches. It's a whole thing.
So the trucks, the truck sizes are all different, right?
It's all different.
Yeah.
You're killing me, Crow. You're killing me.
Sorry.
How do you measure this
Sorry.
thing?
I don't know. It's tough. But they do make good shit.
Yeah,
and
no, they do.
that's the thing. It's like, where are you going to get another bench? You can go steal one, right? We don't recommend that, but whatever. Or you could go like, I think there's like a supply place where you can order benches. I believe so.
Yes.
Uline?
Something like that.
I've heard-
Uline definitely supplies them.
I've heard of that, and I heard Keaton Ramps does some stuff like that as well, but I'm not too familiar to be completely honest. But I know OC Ramps, like, they really do their thing because
Yeah.
they have a really good outreach where they do so many mini ramps, and like I know they just put up a mini ramp at the girl from Saved by the Bell, Tiffany
Tiffany.
Amber Thiessen.
yeah. So they like he just
Kelly Kapowski?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got a signed photo from her saying TJ missed you on the shoot. So like
Oh.
he like does all these celebrities like houses and builds like their kids ramps.
That's right.
And it's like all over the place. Like he travels all over the states for it. So like they're doing really well with just mini ramps, let alone in general. But they do a lot of like the beginner stuff for kids, like with the flat rails. Like DeCenzo has a flat rail. Dave Bashinsky has his little bench. There's a lot of different
That's
things.
dope.
Yeah,
So
super cool.
it's cool to like just be a part of something like that, and like a small family, and like really give back to them whenever I can. And they always supported me with my events, giving me a bench every year to give to the kids. So it's bringing them awareness as well, and like we can just really like work together and just do cool shit.
Love that. So you were going to go to Tiffany's house?
Maybe one day.
No, but I mean, you were going
I
to go
had-
there to help.
I was supposed to go help
What
build
happened?
that.
How are you going to pass that up?
I forget why. I don't remember the exact reason why I
better
couldn't
be a
go, but
good
it was
reason.
a good reason.
Okay.
Or I was gonna be there. Like I had the biggest crush on her.
If you're going to Kelly Kapowski's house,
Yeah,
you better
that's
have a
it,
good
dude.
reason.
Yeah, no, I was like,
No doubt.
But yeah, hopefully one day. I know. I think they just did one for Avril Lavigne. They used to do all of the ramps for like the Stafford Brothers when they would do shows in Vegas, and like even Lil Wayne.
Okay. Oh,
so
sick.
like they've done a lot of different stuff with a lot of people, you know.
Damn.
So yeah,
I got to get on some of those builds.
Yeah.
Show
We gotta do a 9 Club. Like
show my keyhole.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we got to get like a little manual pad, 9 Club manual pad or something like that, or a curb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can make a really long
But,
curve.
yeah,
Long curb.
That would be pretty impressive.
You probably could.
You could do a manual pad with a curb on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
just grind the side out of it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You could
30
do-
feet long.
30 feet.
I think it'd be
Where's
fun
that
to
gonna
That
make,
would be expensive because
I
of
think
the
it'd be fun
wood.
to make a form and sell the form so you can make a curve or something like that.
Yeah,
Nah,
that'd be cool.
definitely.
I feel like there's so many different ways that you can like do creative things with him. Like he has like his own CNC machines inside the warehouse as well. So like you can literally just
shelves.
like do whatever you want, you know, and he can make it happen. Like
That's dope.
I did a segment with the Barracks a few years ago in 2019, and he built me all about my own custom ramps where like I had like a big circle and it was cut in half. And I could do like combo grinds where I go to one side to the other, and you could like split it, and like you'd open it like a Pac-Man, and like going over to the ledge, like just
No way.
just different things. So where like we've done a lot of different like things together.
Oh, I love that.
because he's always down to do different things and like really like help skateboarding, you know, and like just do things. So like I'm sure they would definitely do something as well.
Yeah,
Just gotta hit up Tyler,
dude.
and he's a good dude as well. He's
That's
always
rad.
down to work with any other skate company.
That's sick.
Dude, growing up, like I grew up skating. Like before I had my driver's license, I grew up at a flat bar in a box and like skated flat ground. Like it's so crazy how that's so instrumental on so many kids like upbringing of skateboarding and skating
Totally.
a box in front of their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like playing the basketball court. You know what I
Do you
mean?
know how many
Like,
people like come on this show and like that's where they just go outside?
Yeah.
I mean that's how I started skating.
Yeah.
Go outside.
Grow up in your, like skating in your driveway.
Yeah.
skating driveway is huge. Not everyone has a driveway growing up or something like that, but having a secure spot like that
Vincent
to go to.
Malou didn't even have concrete.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Can you believe that?
Yeah,
Look
that's
where this
crazy.
good dude is now. He couldn't even walk outside and he had no concrete anywhere.
That's crazy.
Grew up in a little town.
And he's so talented.
They finally cemented his driveway one day and he could skate.
He can do everything. Now.
Crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, it's hard to skate on dirt roads or gravel.
Bro.
Yeah, usually doesn't work.
Unless you got those Bones Rough Riders. You know?
You need something. Wait, one thing, I was going through some of your video parts, whatever, and I came across this, and I thought it was fucking, and I remember it going down, but then I also thought to myself, like, dude, this shit could have been like an ender in a video part, because you had the face melters,
Oh, shit.
switch front heel over that thing, beautiful.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, you did that.
gnarly.
You did that absolutely perfect.
Leticia Buffoni dragging you in on a bike.
Major shout outs.
God,
That was a
damn.
highlight.
That was great.
One for the
Perfect,
bucket
bro.
list.
I know, seriously.
Yeah, so that day was a little bit of a shit show. I was trying switch front 3 on it for like 2 hours, but I just couldn't get my scoop on it. And then I've been to that spot like 2 or 3 times prior trying to do switch 3, and I ended up like trying a switch front heel once like before that day, and like I caught it and I was like, oh, I think I could do that too. And then once I tried the switch 3 for 2 hours, my legs were just dusted.
Yeah.
And I took like a little bit of a break. I sat down, kicked it for a minute, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna try switch front heel. And then I ended up doing that like not fourth. Quickly, but
Okay.
you know, I ended up doing it, and then I was just like, I did the shitty fucking thing like this, but I was just so
You did the Bastion.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just-
dude, I would
was
do the same
just-
thing. I'm fucking hyped, dude.
I
good,
skated that
dude.
thing for 2.5 hours. I was just so relieved because if you go on face melters, you get a certain amount of money to try a trick, but if you land it, you get a bonus.
Got you.
So I landed, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I got
Yeah.
that bonus."
You didn't even do it that bad. That was just like, let me get, I'm done.
Yeah, no, for real. I was like, "Yo, thank."
But
God.
you
enjoyed
did that.
that.
And this is what I'm saying, though. This is like that trick could have been like an ender or close to ender in a video part. Like that
So
was
easy.
fucking
For sure an ender.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
yeah.
wonder how that thing still skates.
You know, you're thinking of what? Okay, we're gonna go back there.
I gotta call Leticia.
Yeah.
I mean, you still
Get
got
it.
switch front 3. You got to handle.
Well, the first 2 times I went, I bungeed at it, so I was just pulling it back, and it was just straining my legs.
It's so much work.
So like
Yeah.
and then having her tow me in, like it was so much easier. You
Yeah.
know. So Yeah, if I go back, I definitely need another bike to try something. It's a good spot. It's just the ground is so shit too, though.
Is it?
Yeah,
Like,
my hands were fucked up.
will you
after.
land or
It's really
going up
rough
to
where
it?
you land.
Yeah. When you land, like you could see the big black patch.
Oh, right
Yeah.
there.
Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
tried to fix it a little bit, but it was so bad.
Well, this is the same session Jordan Hoffert,
Yeah, laser heel.
Laser Heel.
Damn.
Literally 2 hours and 50 minutes
That's
later.
insane.
It was. We almost had to cut the stream because it was on for too long, and like he persevered and he came through. But it was like he
put him
literally,
on it, too.
like you watch his clip, and after he just literally collapses.
Collapses,
He's
yeah.
just like, oh my god, we're done. You
Right.
know, like it was crazy. Paul Hart kind of did his thing pretty quickly too. He did back heel,
Back heel, yep.
and I mean, killed it.
But dude, like to roll, I mean, going that fast, switch at that thing.
That's what I was gonna say. It was hard to do it switch.
Yeah, could imagine.
Regular, it's a little, but yeah.
I love the rotation on that
Oh
one.
my
dude.
It
God.
folds over.
That's
you
how you're
could-
supposed to do it, right?
You
Yeah.
could have not have done it better.
Thank you.
That's insane.
I'm stoked.
Oh,
2018 February.
yeah. You got the dates in your head. You remember these things. Why is that? Is it just you have that kind of a memory, or these things mean something to you?
Everything means something to me, especially when I do something at that caliber.
Right.
I'm not a forgetful kind of guy. I always try and make sure that I know what I did in my career at times, because then it's just, it's
I
like
like that.
it's like a staple. You do all these things that you're so proud of, and you achieve that you just want to genuinely remember it.
Sure. Dude, one more time we gotta watch this. That switch, the way that it flips and you catch it. My goodness.
I just
man.
wish I wore bigger jeans then.
Ta-
I know. I was to be honest with you, when I saw it, I almost didn't recognize you.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, is that
You look
TJ?
good, dude. Don't worry about it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not tripping. But it was like that was at a time where I think I was just about to quit RDS, and because my pants they just didn't fit right, I'd wash them and they're like too skinny after, and then that's kind of when I started transforming my stees because I didn't have a clothing sponsor anymore.
Okay.
But, yeah.
how much
get
did how much did you get for landing that?
I think it was $3,000.
Wow.
So you get for going, you get a certain rate, and you get that on top.
No, so I think just show up. It was like $2,000, and then you land it, you get an extra G.
Okay.
So I got 3.
I wonder why ETN's not around anymore.
Well,
Yeah. Well,
well, their business model wasn't that good, Raj. But
it didn't work out.
that's one thing that I did. I mean, Eric Bragg has been on the show a couple times as well. He came on when he first started it, and then when he left, he came on again. But but I think that's the one thing that people don't really understand that I truly love about something like Eric Bragg working with ETN and stuff like that is like they're actually giving skateboarders opportunities and money to live and pay their bills and stuff like that. And
Totally.
I think that's awesome.
yeah,
you
I
know?
agree. I mean, it was a cool concept. I think the only thing that they slightly did wrong was just trying to pay, you had to pay per month to be a part of a subscription.
Which had no content to begin with.
Well, not only did it not have content, the only thing that was truly giving them credibility was these crazy face melters. All the other shit no one really cared about. And then not to mention they had a huge warehouse in the valley that they had to pay and
employees.
and then they had to pay all the skaters. Like if they did things slightly different, they could have maybe stuck around a little longer, but it was just that and also it was a challenging time. Like COVID was right around the corner as well. So it was people, it just didn't work out.
I think that the skaters just have a problem paying for content. Listen, we live in a content-free world, and unless... And there's some paid content that works, where there's educational purposes or you're getting something out of it. A lot of people have these online courses and stuff like that. What's the one, the master class thing? And there's certain ones that work. But I think in the majority of it, it's
But even I joined Masterclass, whatever, and I binged it real quick and
canceled it.
Yeah, because they weren't uploading anything new.
Right. So there's problems with it.
Yeah.
But I think just in a world of content at your fingertips, the paid thing in skateboarding especially just doesn't work.
Unless you
Nobody
know
wants
what
to
you're
pay.
getting, right? Like if you were like, oh, cool, I get this extra episode once a week and I get to watch it, or something,
Right.
whatever it is. But they didn't have
They didn't have shit.
Yeah, they
You gotta
didn't.
have content for days. Let's just be honest, because everything else out there, I think what were they offering, $5.99 or some shit?
No, it was $10 a month.
I mean, even more so. Dude, I could go get Netflix for fucking $10. You know what I'm saying? And that has content for days. Whether
Now-
it's not skateboarding,
Yeah.
but there's nothing else out there. So I get what they were trying to do. It's just you have to have an enormous amount of content, I think, in order to get.
And I was gonna say, imagine signing up for Netflix, which only has like 2 things on it, and then maybe
They might
in
upload
4
some-
months
yeah.
they're gonna upload something else.
That
It's like
depends
you're not
on-
gonna pay for that shit.
Yes, that's exactly yes.
So, yeah, a lot of things wrong with it. Great idea though. The
Yeah.
people behind it were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bragg and everybody that worked down there.
Definitely.
But I just don't think that they had everything kind of lined
Structurally
up.
properly.
At least they gave it a solid go, though. Really.
Yeah, no,
End of
for
the day,
sure,
You got
for
to commend them for that.
And got some skaters paid and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Got. I mean, some skaters. Ryan Scheckler got broke the fuck off
Yeah.
doing the back
Really?
50.
Oh yeah.
No, it was front 50.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it front 50? My
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
he
he
got
did.
broke, dude. I think he said he broke both of his ankles and his wrist or something.
I can't remember. I was terrifying. I remember watching that, but nope, done. I turned it off. I was like,
Yeah.
that was horrible to
Yeah, it
watch.
was gnarly.
That was the first. Was that the very first one?
No,
No.
the first one was I think Davis Gap.
Who somebody didn't do what they.
Jaws?
It was Jaws and Tommy Sandoval.
Oh yeah, Tommy tried to frontside flip it.
Tommy, he didn't do it though, did he?
No.
Right.
And then
Jaws
Jaws,
I think
what do
just
you
front 180 or
heel
something.
flip
Keep it melon.
Heel flip it naked or something? I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
On ETN. Yeah.
No, I think he tried to heel flip. Is that what he tried, or
I think
keep
he
a
was trying
melon?
to- but then I think he ended up kick the melon it.
Okay.
Just to get something.
So he tried to heel
Yeah,
flip
that's
it.
what it
I
was.
think
Which is
I heard
gnarly.
that.
That gap is gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
You been up there to Davis Gap?
Yeah, I went there once to look at it, and I was like, yeah, not for me.
Yeah, that thing.
Like,
was-
where's that rail at?
Dude, switchback 180?
No,
No.
it's not
Huge.
enough run up to where I'd feel comfortable trying to do it.
There's a lot of
What if you're
run
not
up,
rolling?
though.
I pushed up to it a couple times. I was like,
Okay.
I'm good.
Right.
I tried to skate the out ledge there, and I got fucking worked.
Which one? The one that drops off, or the one you have to get? The one that Cardiel 50-50'd?
Carlos Ribeiro switch flip back tail.
Oh yeah, okay.
Where it's
Yeah,
got it's got the box,
The pillar,
planter
and
box
yeah.
inside of
and
it.
then they have literally the bike pulls right when you
Yeah.
land. So like I tried a trick. I'm gonna probably go back for it, but I tried a trick, and then I tried to step off because I was slipping out, but I missed my foot on the ledge, and then I just went boom, and I just like hit sideways, like boom, like
Over the
crashed.
top.
Yeah, right at the top. It just fell right to my hip.
Oh,
Slams are brutal.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm good.
yeah. That's
And it was like getting dark, so I was like, I shouldn't have even been trying it. I should have waited because I hate skating at night.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like it. Like my eyes, like it just doesn't work. You
Right.
know? Even if I got all the lights in the world on me, like I'm good.
Something about I'm not a big fan of it either. Generator lights, all that stuff. There's certain shadows and certain things that just aren't natural and fuck me up.
Yeah.
You know?
You're skating from pitch black and then
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
this little bit of lighting. Your eyes are trying to adjust. Again, don't get me wrong. It's cool to go out on a night sesh once in a while, but I'd rather just make the most of the day.
And some people thrive on that shit too.
Yeah.
So you
I
know.
always felt like there was so much pressure involved going out at nighttime. When you
Yeah.
like light stuff up, you get the top the fence, get the generator, like
Yeah, it's a
set
whole
things up,
production,
and they
yeah.
turn it on. You're like, all right, dude, let's see it.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
And you're like, fuck. Oh,
man.
Especially if you're the only one skating.
oh
Yeah.
Like those tours with Ty or whatever, and then they find this one spot, and then you're trying a trick, and then they're like, Ty's like, hold on, let me get the lights and generator. You're like, dude, are you serious? Like, let's just
that's why we're there too. So
I know, but it's-
then like we're about to. It's getting dark, and we want to go check into the hotel, and then you got 8 dudes waiting for you.
Yeah.
To fucking get a trick. It's like.
But at the same time,
Exactly,
you want the
exactly
trick
what I was
too.
about to say.
you want
I
the
know,
trick
I want,
too.
and I want them to fucking, everyone you want to participate.
Oh, totally.
You know what I mean? Make sure you're like fucking holding it down for the team, and I would do the same and wait for them to get their clip too. But
Yeah.
I'm just being on that, I've been on the opposite side, and I'm actually
Totally.
doing the trick, and my shit's taking longer than it should,
Yeah.
and they want to go. That sucks. So I feel bad on on the
Yeah.
People are already skated all
Call
day.
them an
They're
Uber.
sweaty, swamp ass.
I mean, they could do that.
They just
Yeah,
want to
for
go and
sure.
fucking shower and just chill.
You know, it's funny because like when I've been in that same position too, where like the lights and generators come out, and I'm the guy, I want to go back to the hotel, but I'm still there, man. I'm still supporting. I'm still fucking rooting them on. You
Yeah.
know, so it's that it's all in your mind.
Yeah.
You know.
It's perspective.
Yeah, for sure. But dude, it just sucks, man. Like trying this trick, and then Ty's like, break the generator lights out. I'm like,
It's time.
oh my god.
It's
Now I gotta
always-
chill for 15 minutes
Until it gets fully dark, too.
Yeah.
until they light it up.
Transition.
Well, then you could like if they start trying a trick and then no one's really looking at you, you can kind of fuck around in the spot and see if something works. Like if you're not expected to skate, I've gotten some clips like that.
Sure.
You go like, oh, you want to skate that? All right, cool. I'll just
And
walk.
sometimes that happens
Yeah.
too, right? You light the spot up, and then somebody gets sparked,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then they're fucking and they're skating with you.
Exactly.
And 8 hours later, you're still there.
Oh
Yeah.
god, sunrise is coming up. Hey, no more generated lights. You know,
We're sleeping all morning.
Tours are fun though, man.
Those were good times, man. Yeah, street skating all the time, doing the demos. I don't know, man. That's just so fun.
No,
really is.
it all is. It's all so much fun. It's just not for everybody too at the same time. You know, at least skating at night. You know,
For sure.
But like, yeah, I loved going on tours back in the day and just traveling with like the team and just skating and having fun. Like, there's been a few that I was on that I'll never forget. I remember Blind went out to Paris for the Vans Downtown Showdown, and then we all had to go and skate. It was like me, Romar, Yuri, and Sam Beckett, and then from there we started a tour where we went to Switzerland and then met up with like the distributor out there, and then after that we ended up going to Italy and meeting up with Blast Distribution, and like it was like a 2-week tour, and it was just so much fun because like that was like one of the first times I went to Europe.
European tours are the best.
Yeah, it was really fun, and it was like the crowds were just insane, like showing so much love and support that I just like I'll never forget those days. And I also had a broken wrist at the time too with a cast, and I just was like, yeah, this was awesome. Dude. 2013, and then literally I'll never forget, it was like the end of August going into September, last day we're like flying home, me and Romar are on the same flight. Our flight gets canceled, and Romar and me are at a hotel in fucking North Carolina, I think, somewhere like that. And his birthday, and then I got a call from Weiss being like, hey, do you want to go on King of the Road as a mystery guest? And then I was like, sure.
Okay.
So then I like literally left and went on King of the Road, and it was like such a shit show.
Who'd you meet up with?
I was on the real team.
Oh, that's
King of
dope.
the Road,
That's
yeah.
super
Yeah.
And what's funny enough too, before I actually fully got on Blind, I was on a Canadian distribution. One of my good friend Mike Impossimato was like the TM for like the Canadian distro out there on the east side called S&J. He was giving me reel boards. So to see that full circle, like if I actually stuck with reel, like, and I could have,
cool.
and I was like, you know, I would have been in that team in that van maybe. So it was really cool to like get both sides of that at like such a young age.
That's pretty dope, actually.
yeah, it was fun.
To see how kind of, I mean, I always, I went on a cliche tour one time, European tour. I think we went from like Barcelona to Italy to Switzerland. It was just so rad to be in this new environment with all these new people, the vibe, how they run their tours, what they do, what they skate. Like,
Was it a gypsy tour?
it wasn't a gypsy tour. It was just, I forget what the tour was actually called.
Those look gnarly.
I didn't want to.
The gypsy tours are like,
I would have
woo.
declined the gypsy tour.
I was like, that was a heavy. That looked gnarly.
Was that like backpacking
tour.
type shit?
Yeah, they
Yeah, you're
like
just basically camping.
camping
It's like
in
Beauty
the
and the
park.
Beast, but in Europe.
Didn't they give you like you have like $10 a day or
10
something?
euros.
Like 10 euros a day. That was it.
Wow.
Like you can only spend this 10 euros today.
That's
Wow.
brutal.
Those guys were like going in like to stores, just walking out with bottles of wine in their pants, just grabbing what they need.
But I just remember it was so dope because I mean, so many years of Girl and Chocolate tours and audio tours and the companies you're on, and then to go into this new,
Realm.
new
Yeah.
realm, and it's like, damn, this is sick as
Yeah, that's how
fuck.
they do it.
New energy,
Yeah.
Lem Villeman,
Yeah,
bro.
he killed it back in the day.
He's been posting a lot of clips lately. Oh
Yeah?
my god,
Yeah, he's a
dude.
talent.
Still that style.
That's so dope.
Yeah, he's got
Love that
steez.
dude.
How was doing King of the Road?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
What's the weirdest like thing you had to do on that?
Fuck, I don't know. They just honestly, they did a lot of it prior to when I got there, but then I just tried to do a lot of the technical shit that like they all couldn't do.
Oh, okay.
So like, I don't know. I remember doing a bunch of ledge tricks that I never have done before, but I ended up doing them. And then we did like a couple challenges. They tried to get me. One of the challenges was like hop over Wilshire 15 over the rail, like over the poles.
Oh.
And I was like, fuck. And like I tried to like, I remember Rhino and everyone. Yeah. And I was like, I just remember being like, yeah, I don't think I could do this. But we tried to Jimmy rig it where like, I did something where I like was standing on the rail and then tried to ollie over the pole, you know, just to like do something just to try and like get the points, but it didn't work out. But I ended up getting like the Thrasher tattoo on my leg, but I think Justin Brock and some of the other cats already got tattoos, but I was like, I'm on King of the Road, I'm fucking getting a King of the Road tat. You
Yeah,
know?
that's cool.
I
Yeah,
have to,
yeah.
you know.
Not everyone gets to go on that.
No.
That's
Yeah.
a special.
They're not even
thing.
doing it anymore.
Yeah.
No. And this was before they did it on Vice too. Like this was 2013, like almost 10 years ago now. It's fucking crazy. Time's flying by. But I just remember too, like I think I got MVP for the mystery guests.
Sick.
Because I got the most points out of all of the guys. And I remember the mystery guests was like Obby Taylor, Taylor Smith, and then there's one other guy. I'm drawing a blank right now, but it was us four, and then the teams were Real, Birdhouse, was it Creature, and someone else, but Birdhouse won. We got second.
It sounded like that one was like all younger kids were the special guests.
Yeah, we were all kids.
Because sometimes they'll have like random ass older dudes kind of be the MVPs or the special guests. I mean,
no, it was definitely the younger crowd, and it was, I don't know, I had so much fun on that tour. It was like, and I had 2 broken wrists. I remember because I went on the tour, blind tour, where I had 2 broken wrists, and then I took the one off when I was in Europe, and I had the one, or I still might have had 2 when I was going on King of the Road. But I remember Frank Gurr were cutting off my cast on the last day. And like that was like, I was just like, damn, fucking Guru cut off the cast. Like, man, this shit's awesome, you know? And
that wasn't his first cast he's cut off too.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
It was fucking rad though, like to be a part of that and just to see the whole deluxe crew and like how they did their thing, you know? It was rad.
When you were talking about olling over the Wilshire 16 over the bar, are we talking about the Clint Walker ollie? That's the one. You had to recreate that.
I didn't want to do it, but I don't know. I think like I pretended, I'm not 100%, but I'm almost positive. I was like, yo, I'm going to ride up, someone come and grab my board and just pick me up and just walk down the stairs and go over the rail and then just drop me and I'll ride away. I think we did that or something, at least in that capacity.
They were like, no.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, no, that shit doesn't work fly, dude.
Did anybody else do that? Do you remember?
Not on the King of the Road. No.
Not on the King.
It was like 150 points though. Like I think we were so close to getting like to the win. Like
you could have put him over the top.
Dude, I tried my fucking best.
Yeah.
I literally tried. I was so sore because, mind you, again, I was on tour in Europe for 2 weeks before I went on that, and then I was on that for like 10 days. So like I was just every day skating non-fucking stop. So it was just like, it was a good time though. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like I have some really good memories from that shit.
I would love tours where you would get home for a day and then go somewhere else. I liked that. You know, it didn't happen a lot. It was just like once in a blue moon just or whatever. But I kind of like the keep it moving aspect of it. You know, it's like, oh, cool, I'm back. You know, I would love to stay home longer, but also, fuck. You only live once. Let's get back on the road. Like I would love. I think I got a call one time from Sam to go to Australia, like 2 or 3 days before or something. It was like really quick. Like somebody else had backed out, and boom, I was in there.
Yeah.
I'm like yeah, of course I'll go to Australia. Like let's do this.
That's the one place that I want to travel to so bad. That in New Zealand.
You've never been?
Neither.
Oh, beautiful.
I want to go to both of them so bad.
Dude, we went to the Gold Coast in Australia. Beautiful, man. So dope out there.
Definitely beautiful, beautiful country, man.
The only thing that's tough when you do those crazy back-to-back trips is just the fucking jet lag.
Yeah.
That is
especially
wild.
when you get older too.
Yeah. Dude, you come back for that one day, oh my gosh, you are fucked.
Depends where you're coming from and where you're going, for sure. Like if you're coming back from Europe and then going to like East Coast, or you know what I mean? Like if you're going some weird places.
Yeah.
Then it gets a bit much.
It's going to be an adjustment for sure.
Yeah.
But you're so young that you can adapt pretty quickly on it, I feel like, at least from my own experience. I've definitely was able to kind of like do what I had to do. I just needed to make sure I got my 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And as long as I had that, like I was able to like skate and do what I did. And I never really drank too much when I was younger either, like traveling and all that stuff. Like I just did a little bit of the herb once in a while, and that was kind of it, you know. Right. So I would just knock out and then just continue it on,
keep it moving.
You know, But fucking traveling is awesome.
I love it. It's one of the biggest perks of skateboarding.
I agree.
You know, it's like the money, all that stuff, but the travel is like beyond anything that I could have ever wished for in life. You know,
moments.
Oh, it's beautiful, man.
It's something that not every job.
No,
you get to do, you know.
Plus, you're at a young enough age where you're still carefree. You don't have that many responsibilities.
Yep.
You have people that are, you know, if you have roommates or live with your folks or whatever, like you have animals. I mean, it doesn't matter. You go.
You're taken care of.
Yeah. Some people travel a lot for work, but they don't go to like the cool places, right? And they stay in a hotel and they don't get to like go out and do shit. They're going to actual work.
Yeah, they go to like a conference room.
Yeah, going to a conference. We get to go outside and just fucking
Which still sometimes it happens though. I mean, I've been to Paris a couple times and I've never been to the Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
I've seen it, never been there. You know, and those are some of the things that I miss. I'm like, oh, I wish I could have gone up there and seen it, but still, I'm not regretting my time out there, not whatsoever. But some of this sightseer stuff I never got to do.
I think on tour you have an agenda. Like,
for sure.
hit all those stores.
If you want to do that, you got to make it your own time and actually like wake up at 7 o'clock. Or
Yeah,
6
people.
o'clock,
Yeah, we do that all
go
the time.
do your
sure.
thing for 3 hours and come back when everybody's up at 10:30.
I loved it when dudes were like, I'm just staying next week.
Yeah, that too. That happens
Yeah.
for sure.
I've done that a few times.
Us as skateboarders like to roam in groups, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, rarely do we go travel on our own and go, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's usually with 1 or 2, 3 group of dudes, and you go and fucking just so you like that feel of just comfortable. You know, I got someone that we're on the same page. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get some shit done.
Hit
You
the
know?
museums.
Yeah, the only thing because I would go to Barcelona like every summer, and I'd go out there by myself, but I knew I was going into a place where
You already knew.
everybody's there.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, so
I remember going to China and just being the randomest place and be like, what am I? How did this happen?
Yeah, why am I here?
Yeah, you're like I was just skating in my driveway as a kid. Now I'm skating in the side of some alley and randomly in China.
Yeah.
Or
Like-
the thing I would trip on too is like you go to these big, beautiful places in China, all marble, everything everywhere, empty.
Yeah.
Oh
Empty.
yeah.
And you're like,
Where is
it's
everyone?
a weekday.
Yeah.
What?
Those
what?
spots that we went to on the outskirts, they're not even on the outskirts. They're literally like probably 5 to 10 minutes out the city. You're like,
Just ghost towns.
all this shit just here.
It's
And
just-
there's just ghost towns, bro.
And there's like one security guard
Yeah.
just
and
chilling.
maybe one restaurant that's open. There's like plenty of other, and you're just that's where you go to get a quick
So
bite.
weird.
It's super weird.
I've never actually like filmed in China. I went there twice in the same year in 2019, but they were for contests. And like I had an agenda and I couldn't go and like film or anything because I had no filmer. So it was like, that's the other thing I was going to say too, is like back in the day, I feel like there was a lot more tours and a lot more like content being created for it. But I feel like it's changed to where it's just
Instagram ruined everything.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Big part of
everyone
it.
genuinely just wants to like travel. Like the sponsors will only pay for your travel to go to a contest, you know? And it's like, it's somewhat unfortunate because, you know, I don't want to just be stuck as an agenda going to a fucking venue and skating for an hour practice and then I got to go
Right.
chill and then make sure that I'm good for the next day to go to qualifiers and then semis and then finals. It's like, fuck, man, I just want to live. I want to go and like see what
You gotta find that
China
balance
or
there.
I want to see, I want to see what this world has to offer in all scales. Where like back in the day, you would travel and you would literally get to do all of that
Everything.
if you wanted to. you
I think
know?
it also depends on where skateboarding's at. You know, is skateboarding up? Is it down? Because at the end of the day, like if you take 5 or 6 people to go out to Europe, hotels, plane rides, travel, it's a lot of
Dude,
fucking
it's
money.
insane.
They're spending like tens of thousands
When you're at
of
one
dollars.
spot and only one, you like with 20 dudes and only one person skating, there's like 19 dudes who are just wasting money right there, just sitting down.
Yeah.
That's why you have to have, if you're doing trips, like you have to have multiple filmers and go on multiple different missions.
Yes. Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
Like, all right, these guys are going here, and these guys are going here.
Right.
I went on a trip, to China for like 3 weeks, and we had 3 filmers and a photographer, and I was like, it was so productive
yeah.
because someone's filming over there, someone's filming over there.
Yeah.
There was mad shit happening. So
exactly.
Yeah.
But
Depends though. I think it just depends of the ebbs and flow of where skating's at. Plus, back in the day, distributors would cover a lot
Yeah,
of the
big time.
bills too.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it just depends on the sponsors as well.
Yep.
You know, if they have a good budget or if they don't, you know, because a
Right.
lot of brands, even right now, like it's just tough times. So
Yeah, there ain't no
one's,
budget.
no one's going to be doing shit nowadays for traveling. But, you know, if you can work with a certain company and like get you and maybe one guy to go out there for a week, even like, let's make that happen and just try and make the most of it.
I will say something real quick too about how like it's really rad that you ride for Red Bull and they support you on a lot of your traveling too.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So like that's amazing.
No,
So,
Yeah.
They're like literally probably one of my best sponsors, and like I'm so grateful to be a part of that brand. And I've also been like with them going on 15 years. But I wasn't contracted. I've been just getting cases, and like they'd help out with a little bit of travel. Like in 2008, I went to Miami for my first time, and they gave me like $200. But I was like, that $200 saved me. I went to McDonald's every day, and I was good for the fucking 10 days, 2 weeks that I was there.
Right.
You know. So now to see it come back in a tenfold, and like they even helped me with with when I was going through cancer, like they helped me pay a lot of my medical bills. You know, and like that's why like I genuinely I not only do I just love the drink, I literally drink one every day. It's like my coffee, but I actually like appreciate what they do for not only skateboarding, but just for just the industry in general, you know, in all action sports. Like they do breakdancing stuff, they do biking, skiing, snowboarding, they do everything. And I'm a huge fan.
Well, dude, I'm glad you're in a great place right now, bro. And can we look forward to another video part? What's going on? I know you just dropped one, but
is there an HD video?
Well, I mean, I've been filming a little bit recently with some more HD with Luke, and we have my colorway coming out next month. So I'm going out to not New York. I'm going out to SF on Thursday to try and just go out there for like 4 days and just film. We're gonna try and just create like a little like mini part,
sick,
and just continue to just pump out content for S as well as any of my other sponsors if they want to. But it's just like we were just saying, you know, money's tight for a lot of companies to where they can't pay filmers. But luckily, S has been fortunate enough to like help out Luke. And now we're able to like really capitalize and like make the most of the situation. So we're just going to really just try and push it and just do whatever we can.
I'm going to link you up with a friend up there, Tanner Rowe. I don't know if you know Tanner, but he's from San Diego, but he's got the spots to show you. Yeah.
Please.
I'll link it with
I
him.
only got like right now, I've been spot searching a little bit, like Google Maps, Steez, but I'll be honest, I'm just going to kind of hit the infamous and iconic spots.
Yeah.
That like, I just know that I've done certain things there before and I know I can do other things to where I'm just gonna make the most of it and just try. I don't know about that one. I mean, I'd have to call Thrasher. I'm gonna have to pay for the U-Haul and all this other stuff, and
it's a whole to do.
It's a whole day process where like I'm only there for a couple of days, and I'd like to skate at least 5-6 spots a day. So I need to be time management on that scale and like just do certain things. But there's that one like marble set like right downtown. That I want to maybe try and hit.
Oh, the Maritime Steps?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. 10 stair?
Yeah, and it goes just bigger.
Oh,
brown marble.
Is that black marble?
That's black marble,
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's on a corner.
Yeah.
People used to skate like a ledge as well. I don't know. I want to skate.
Black rock. You want to skate the ledge that goes to
the stairs continually.
You can.
Skate. Yes, they get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
There's the OG spot too. They would skate. You go into the wall right after. Brandon Biebel, Swift Rail, heel flip it.
That's what I thought you were talking about at first.
Yeah, like
black marble stairs.
Iconic. You see, but that's
you go into the wall.
I know the one.
Yeah. I feel like you could do something super good on that too.
And there's that other spot. Like there's like this flat gap that I've skated in like one of my parts. I want to hit that. Obviously Pier 7.
Union Square is fucking.
I was forgetting the name, but yeah, I want to go to Union Square because there's a lot of different variables where I can get something at that spot.
When they skate onto that rock thing at the bottom, off the stairs in the little platform.
I've skated that before.
That's
you got
sketchy.
some variations at that spot. For sure.
Yeah. No, you can get creative. So yeah, I definitely have some things that I want to do out there, and I just feel not being there for a few years. Also, I feel like it'll just give me a little bit of a spark, and I can try and make something happen for this little S colorway coming out.
And I feel like too, you have the eye also from riding your bike around and like looking for these like weird, unusual spots that I feel like even in SF you could drive around and kind of find weird shit.
You find weird shit just in general there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
But you know what I mean though? He's trained his brain by riding your bike around and looking for this shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, I feel like it'll be slightly productive. Hopefully I can just film at least like a solid minute out there, maybe a little more. Like I don't know if I'll be able to film. I mean,
let's go.
If I really have everything planned out and, you know, I'm like feeling really fucking good out there, I could maybe try and get something because I've done a part in 4 days before, but it's just challenging. It's just challenging to do that when you don't have a set agenda. You don't wake up at 7 a.m. and you go skate for 9 hours.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like you really got to like just be on point, and I've done it before, but I will try and do my best.
What about Clipper?
You can do, bro.
You got a trick for Clipper?
I don't fuck with that.
No.
It's been blown out. There's too many things that have been done, and like I just genuinely don't think I could do anything at the caliber to where I like can put my mark down.
I think you could do something over the hubba.
Ooh,
I could do something over the hubba, yeah, but
that'd be sick.
Thinking of skating the hubba, like everything that I'd want to do has been done.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'd rather save my legs and go skate something else. You know.
Yeah.
you got to be strategic, especially when you're getting older. You got to make sure that you have a set plan and you know what you're going to want to do. So
I like it.
You know, you're just not going out there blind eye and just fucking around.
Yeah,
you know?
you're killing it, bro. Don't
Yeah,
let's say if you keep going at this rate, I'm talking SOTY.
Politics. That's all I got to say.
Come on, man. Let's go, bro. Come on,
No, I think
man.
people are genuinely seeing what you're doing this year and what you're gone through. People are very excited for you, and they're cheering for you at the same time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. No, for sure. I just
Definitely.
know how that shit works. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of other people don't, but you know, obviously I would be honored to have that, but I just genuinely don't think that is something in my playbook just because of how they operate. You know?
well, no, I mean, just skate and don't worry about it. Like you know,
no,
but
I'm not worried.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're in the runnings for it. You know what I mean? That's all their decision. So that's all
your name
good.
will be on the list,
It
probably.
definitely will.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
what I'm
be-
saying.
I
though.
would be surprised. Like, I'd honestly be shocked if my name was on there. I'm not gonna
On
lie
the
to you.
list?
Yeah, I would be
Oh,
shocked.
We already. I've been like,
Yeah,
yo,
that's
that's definitely
just-
on
that's
there.
just-
Yeah.
I
You
would
put in
be
work.
shocked. I'm straight up.
Wow,
I've-
I'm gonna say right now your shit's gonna be on the list.
We'll see then.
It's got to be.
All right, who do you think's on the list right now?
Putting it down.
I mean, from
It's a
what-
long list.
It's yeah, but
Who does he
Well, they
think?
usually have like 30 people on there,
They
right?
do. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
But I
Like,
mean,
there's no way.
I mean, in 2020, or even last year, sorry, I dropped 3 parts, even
This is
one
different,
for
though.
Thrasher, and I wasn't nominated.
I don't know. This
So-
the way
Silly
I
on
think.
that. I mean, based on like the history and like
Yeah,
what's
like
going on.
I've put down my shit for a couple times now, and like nothing. So I'm like, I don't expect nothing. Expect nothing and like always be happy with everything.
Yeah,
you know, and like
yeah,
I
yeah.
genuinely don't care. Like I just want to skate and
You're
have
just
fun.
doing your
Yeah.
And I'm
thing.
just trying to support my sponsors to where they have credibility as well as myself, and we're just doing what we want to do, you know? But yeah, like I said, I would be shocked because again, I know how all that shit works and I don't need to go too in depth. I know all you guys do. So yeah,
Well, I think
we'll
you've
see.
grown a lot on people. They've really seen your talent like develop over the last few years, and I will say I feel like you've really found yourself the last year or two. Like you really, I think you've even said that before
Yeah,
about
for
yourself, and I think now it's like, wow, there he is. That's that you really stepped it up, dude. And I think that people are,
Yeah, you're comfortable in your own skin.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're doing the right thing. And I think people are noticing it.
And don't get me wrong, I think it's unfortunate that it does take that long for some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially like, I mean, we've all known your talent for fucking quite some time. You know what I'm saying? And obviously you've turned it up, whether we know it or not. But things are aligning. You know what I'm saying? So they'll be foolish not to have you on that list. I'm just being honest. I know
Yeah.
Thrasher holds the fucking key to everything, especially within skateboarding. But come on, guys.
Well, Chris has got the keyhole, the small one.
Oh
But,
yeah,
like, yeah.
Forgot about that.
It's millimeters, Dubs, but it's still a keyhole.
Yeah.
It's push to start. It's push to start.
Nevertheless,
Oh, man. Regardless, Sodi, regardless of anything else, I'm just glad that you're fucking healthy.
yes.
Thank
and
you.
are fucking killing it. And we got the new shoe colorway coming out in a month, right?
Yeah, I think it drops like in stores like middle or end of October, right around my birthday.
Beautiful, bro. Oh, dude, happy pre-birthday,
Thank you.
man.
October
Hey,
what,
bro.
26.
26.
Hey, wish him happy birthday if you're on the Instagram, huh? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, TJ, thanks so much for coming by, kicking it with us.
course.
Little stop and chat action. I love it, man. You're welcome
catching
back
up.
anytime.
Yeah, let
Come
me
back
know.
and kick it. We love hanging out.
I got stories for days, so
I know
we
you
could
do.
definitely catch up on some more shit as well.
Dude, you are the man, bro.
nothing
Thank you
but
so
love.
much,
Nothing but
TJ.
Nothing
My
but
guy,
love.
all day.
And thanks again for watching, everybody, and for the support throughout this last year. I know I've had a lot of people hit me up, and I try to respond as quickly as possible to everybody. And I just want to say it's nothing but love, and I wish everybody nothing but the best in their lives. And just make sure to give it that extra 10% no one else is willing to take, and always make sure that you're having fun while you're doing it.
Damn.
Yes.
Those
You
are the
know?
words right there.
There you
Thank you,
go.
TJ.
Embrace
Thank
the good
you.
and the bad. Just make sure you're doing you and what makes you happy at the end of the day.
Yes,
That's all we could
bro.
ask for.
Mic drop.